Sure-wall stands are designed for all those who like to improve their own plot of land. They allow you to build a wall up to 3 feet high, and not just any wall, but flush. The width of the posts is 2 inches. They are made of galvanized steel, so the durability is high. If desired, you can make the wall 66% thinner than with solutions from competitors. And the service life is not bad, at least 20 years. Also, the posts allow you to create 90-degree angles. And if you need a smooth bend, the developers have provided for this and left a tolerance of 15 degrees. In another area, the concrete basement elements are being installed. The typical length is 8 feet, but the result is a 2-in-1 solution that looks beautiful and provides additional protection. Thermodome is not an attempt to revive ancient baths, but such panels, although they are also connected with heat. The thing is that the panels consist of foam plastic, on which is glued, for example, porcelain stoneware or clay clinker tiles. It turns out to be a durable insulation solution, imitating real masonry. The estimated service life of Thermodome panels is 50 years. This is much longer than mineral wool or wet facade technology can offer. Super skills for working with panels are not required. Mounting foam, grout, dowels, and self-tapping screws, that's the whole list of consumables. And do not worry about rodents. The foam layer has protective additives. Using extreme mats, you can organize a road where there are not even any directions. For example, in a swamp. Each such mat has a size of 13 by 6 feet and costs about $3,000. But it is worth it, because on extreme mats you can drive machinery up to 80 tons, and in some cases, if the weather is dry and it is realistic to drive quickly, the mats can withstand up to 120 tons. Produces extreme mats from heavy-duty polymer, but the whole stand is still solid at 840 pounds. A foam core is responsible for buoyancy, and the surface of the mats is optimized also for tracked vehicles. Welcome to a masterclass on installing an underground drainage system. Workers use components from DrainFast, one of the UK's leading suppliers. Chambers, pipes, manhole covers, fittings. If necessary, they will find everything there so that the drainage can be built from scratch. DrainFast even has a site stack system that allows you to move more than 40 pipes at a time using an excavator. And other components are amazingly versatile. For example, manhole covers can be ordered from steel, cast iron, or polypropylene, and pipes are perfectly combined with sludge catchers as well as septic tanks. By the way, with proper installation of pipes from video can easily last more than 50 years. In addition, they better tolerate ground movements. The Monumental team has invented a robot mason using artificial intelligence algorithms. Things are going well, and the $25 million investment is not going to be given to just anyone. In addition, 57% of European countries are already facing an acute shortage of bricklayers. In this light, construction companies will clearly like the robot, which acts not only qualitatively, but also 50–60% faster than a man, and also does not get tired, does not demand a raise in salary, does not go for a smoke break, and does not make mistakes. Additionally, Monumental offers another robot in the kit. It is responsible for the delivery of bricks. In tests, the mechanical laborers successfully coped with a 49-foot facade of an office and warehouse building and even took part in work on social housing. MapaGuard UM35 is also quite a technologically advanced product. It is a waterproofing release membrane that combines several advantageous qualities at once. Firstly, it is suitable for cracked, damp, and even not fully cured substrates. Secondly, the membrane conducts heat well, that is, it combines perfectly with warm floors. And thirdly, it is relevant for both exterior and interior works. Both on old concrete screed and on tiles, the result will please you. Since the membrane is translucent, it is easier for workers to control the distribution of the adhesive. A typical package of MapaGuard UM35 is a roll with a width of 3 feet and a length of 98 feet. And since the membrane is made of polyethylene and polypropylene fabric, it can be easily cut on site. Top grip is the ideal material for crosswalks, tight turns, crossings, and other potentially hazardous areas. Apply it to concrete or asphalt, and traction is improved by 30–40%. The structure of top grip is plastic with methacrylate resin and bauxite. If the work is carried out on concrete, a layer of special primer is also required. By the way, top grip can be applied quite quickly. At 20 degrees Fahrenheit, the material hardens in just 20 minutes. Depending on the specifics of the site, the consumption will be from 6 to 11 pounds per square yard. This useful product is manufactured in Switzerland. Verdura blocks are just another constructor from which everyone is offered to build a retaining wall, and it is quite high, up to 49 feet. The blocks are made of concrete, so they will last for hundreds of years, the manufacturer is sure. Another good reason to stop on Verdura is the possibility to do without a foundation. It is enough to bury the first row of blocks in the soil. Also, for beauty and greater reliability, you can use creeping plants like ivy with Verdura. If you immediately think about watering, in many cases sprinklers will be sufficient. You can work with Verdura on slopes up to 12 degrees, and the scale of some projects is amazing. How about a 250,000 square foot wall that took 170 days to build? Next up in the issue is the Tough Truck B450. This is a mini dump truck with maximum capabilities. It can withstand up to 1,000 pounds of load and is equipped with a 6.5 GP Honda engine. If you put a narrow bucket and turn the wheels, the tipper can easily pass through a doorway because its width is only 28 inches. The dump truck costs $9,473, and the exact same one is also for sale, but with an electric motor. The battery of the electric will be enough for 8 hours of work. Builders, mechanics, and other specialists will find these thermal imaging cameras just as useful. The screen model will help with diagnostics in the range from -4 to +1022 degrees Fahrenheit. With built-in memory and the ability to put in an SD card, one thermal imager will easily store thousands of images. A full charge on the TIS 55 Plus model will last 3.5 hours of use, while the TIS 75 model will last more than 4. These thermal imaging cameras cost $3,650 and $6,400 respectively. Meanwhile, the BattyPav Pulse helps tilers. This vibrating tool helps to lay tiles perfectly without air bubbles. The tool is equipped with a 2A battery so that the wires do not interfere with the craftsman. Due to the suction cup, workers lift tiles weighing up to 55 pounds with the tool, and the plate of a special shape facilitates work in the corners. The tool costs $196. The next machine will cost even more, $15,200, but it will easily weld hot wedge, waterproofing coatings, and geomembranes. The temperature and welding speed, as well as pressure, are controlled by a digital system. You can work at a speed of up to 26 feet per minute. Called the Leicester Comet 700, it is one of the smallest and lightest variants with an integrated control unit in the world. Workers need to saw concrete, so it's time for the AGP CS11. This chainsaw can make cuts in concrete up to 11 inches deep. Workers are helped not to ruin the tool by its built-in overload and overheating protection. If something goes wrong, the LED indicator lights up, and accuracy is guaranteed by built-in levels. The price for AGP CS11 will have to be $1,357. In the meantime, Marshalltown sells this lift. It's ideal for working with sheets of plasterboard. The lift can hold up to 150 pounds of load and will grab sheets measuring 4 feet by 8 feet without any problems. It can also tilt sideways up to 65 degrees. But for all these pleasures, you'll have to pay a considerable price because the lift costs $1,624. The issue is rounded off by the queen of construction topics, formwork. We have not shown any variants, and still, there are companies that have their own view on this construction. Take Conform, for example. They have developed another alternative to heavy wooden formwork. Now workers operate with these elements made of plastic and fiberglass. They come in 3 types, regular, superflex, and fiberform. Briefly about each. Ordinary elements are available in 5 sizes. The maximum is 15 feet by 11 inches, a universal solution. Superflex elements come in one size, 15 feet by 3 inches, and are designed for complex bends and circles. In the case of fiberform, there are 5 sizes again. The top one is 19 feet by 11 inches. Such elements are good if there are many long straight lines on the formwork track. All variants have a service life of at least 7 years, although some customers have had them for 15 years. That's the benefit. BMI is the largest roofing material manufacturer in Europe. Their roofing membrane is versatile and durable, suitable for new and old roofs, including green roofs with vegetation. The membrane can be installed at any time of the year and does not require an open flame, making installation faster. It is made of a combination of canvas glass and plasticized PVC, ensuring a lifespan of approximately 35 years. High noise levels in urban areas are a global environmental threat. A UN specialist who presented a report on this issue last year also agrees. Therefore, the acoustic boards from Knauf Ceiling Solutions appear to be an incredibly relevant product. Made from wood fiber, they provide noise absorption of up to 55 decibels. The board's faces are primed and ready for painting, and their maximum length is 7.87 feet. The Germans are prepared to customize the boards to meet the customer's specific requirements. It is no coincidence that such boards are even used at the London School of Economics and Political Science. German experts demonstrate a masterclass on fence installation in a 6.5-minute video. They explain important points and demonstrate them in practice, specifying even the smallest details, such as the size of the hexagon needed to tighten the screws. They explain important points and demonstrate them in practice, specifying even the smallest details, such as the size of the hexagon needed to tighten the screws. They explain important points and demonstrate them in practice, specifying even the smallest details, such as the size of the hexagon needed to tighten the screws. The experts are confident in the effectiveness of their video. With these detailed instructions, even an amateur can build a high-quality fence. We are back in Canada, where local specialists are introducing us to NovaBrick. This system enables the creation of a decorative facade using tiles, stone, or brick. The main advantage is the interlocking of NovaBrick blocks without mortar. They are laid almost like Lego, and every fourth row is secured with fasteners. This feature makes the block suitable for use at any time of the year and allows for perfect integration with load-bearing structures made of various materials from brick to SIP panels. Structural insulated panel. According to the sellers, NovaBrick's facade is expected to last for over 50 years. This is due to the fact that NovaBrick is made of concrete. Han Plastics Ltd., an international company, continues to produce by recycling plastic and creating lightweight grids. These grids, weighing only approximately 19.84 pounds each, are suitable for use in parking lots and warehouses, even for loaded trucks. In addition, when used with a drainage layer, these grates can effectively address rainwater drainage problems and prevent mud buildup. This makes them a great choice for farmers and horse breeders. Furthermore, these grates are resistant to rot, rust, and cracking in cold weather and can be recycled at the end of their service life. These are the kind of walkways that make it much easier to move around on the roof. There are many variations. For example, in the fiber-grade version, the walkways are made of fiber-reinforced grids and can even withstand a 370-pound drop. On the website of another company, Trizet Trading, there is a system with grids that can withstand a load of over a ton per square meter. But Stead-On Safety's product is the coolest of all. It prefers fiberglass and works with customers in the marine and rail industry. No wonder, because its grids are resistant to acids, and in some versions, even under a load of 2 tons, they sag by only 0.2 inches. Augmented reality is also good for optimizing construction. Let's take a look at a variation of it called Spectar. With it, productivity on the site can increase by 50% because workers using Spectar and headsets like HoloLens 2 can see what they are doing and where they are doing it. Special software can be used to schedule tasks for up to 3 weeks at a time and improve document turnover. For example, if workers have to use a solution that isn't in the drawings, Spectar can help them account for it and avoid confusion in the final estimate. Another huge plus is support for BIM files. This means that you can load data into Spectar directly from AutoCAD, Revit, and other similar programs. No Limit Scaffolding is the result of many years of work by Monzon. The company did a lot of work, conducted research, and learned the opinion of manufacturers and customers. The conclusion was unambiguous. We need a universal system that combines the simplicity of frame scaffolding and maximum flexibility in customization. Let's take a look at the result. The height of no-limit scaffolding is adjustable from 9 to 118 inches, and the width can be made variable. For example, the site starts at the 29-inch mark and extends to a 118-inch site. Intermediate transmissions together with smart clutches guarantee automatic locking, and because No Limit uses recycled aluminum in its production, this scaffolding is 50% lighter than the earlier modular steel version from the same company. Fiber concrete is brought to the construction site. We need to make sure that its reinforcing fibers are properly distributed, but they are so tiny. They can be as small as 0.004 inches in diameter. No problem. Simply connect the Diagnostics system to the chute from which the concrete comes. It does not need calibration. It checks automatically, so human error is ruled out. In addition, unlike other testing methods, Diagnostics does not evaluate individual samples, but the entire volume of the mix. The results of its work can be checked from a smartphone. They are displayed in an easy-to-understand format with graphs and a clear indication of the standards. And to avoid unfortunate incidents, Diagnostics only starts the test after holding down the desired button for at least 5 seconds. Formflow is also working in the direction of affordable housing. It offers a more conventional solution: modular houses. They are advantageous for several reasons at once. Firstly, assembly takes weeks rather than months. Secondly, the special Australian-made steel frame makes the house more resistant to bending and deformation. And third, the ColorBond steel used in construction is more than 20% recycled steel. Plus, a standard Gable 1 model home is 39 feet long, 14 feet wide, and weighs 10 tons, so it can realistically be delivered on just one semi-trailer if desired. To save on this and other similar houses will be $204,000. It's important to take care of the builder's insurance as well. Tie-down can help with this. It is known as one of the pioneers in mobile fall protection systems and introduces the PX5 Sentinel, a versatile and effective option for backing up to 7 people. The PX5 Sentinel system weighs 1,300 pounds, so it is also suitable for work on rooftops and on forklifts. Plus, this system is effective on a wide variety of surfaces, including concrete. And in tests, it was tested with 5 loads of 310 pounds each. No wonder the PX5 Sentinel is considered best in class. The Icon team wants to make housing more affordable without compromising on quality or style. That's why they came up with Domus Ex Machina, a construction technology using artificial intelligence algorithms and 3D printing. The roof, doors, windows, and some other elements for Domus Ex Machina are still classic, but the walls are printed by the Vulcan 2 RoboPrinter. It can be brought directly to the construction site, and it will easily make walls up to 26 feet high and in one step and at a speed of 9 inches per second. And Vitruvius will help with the design. It is an architect, already capable of proposing the concept and appearance of future real estate, and later it will be taught to develop plans, 3D models, and even estimates. Vicon is already accepting orders and specifies that printing a square meter of wall costs $250, and 2 people will be enough to work with the printer. In summer, It can be 10 degrees hotter in the city center than in the suburbs. One of the reasons for this is that the city center is too densely built up. There is nowhere to plant trees, and those that are there feel uncomfortable. So why not have green spaces on rooftops? That's exactly what the Wall Barn team offers. It carries out high-flight landscaping using special trays. They are compact and lightweight, fit into an elevator, and are carried by hand. 4 pieces are enough per square meter. A fully finished roof effectively fixes heavy rains, makes the lives of the inhabitants of the house cooler, and at the same time creates an area attractive to animals. It must be fun to wake up to birdsong. One day, carpenter Neil Joseph Coote was working on a construction site in New Zealand, and during a break he thought about the crucial question of how to make construction sites safer. Who knew that this thought would lead him to start his own company? Coote now offers customers an unusual way of building called build and lift. The idea is simple. The first thing the workers do is assemble and lift the roof. They don't have to work at height unnecessarily, and so the risk of falling is reduced. Build and lift is suitable for most houses, including those with wooden beams or concrete floor slabs. It takes 1 day to lift the roof of a typical house of up to 3,000 square feet, and scaffolding and safety netting are most often not required. Quiet Cool makes an offer that is impossible to refuse. Its ventilation saves up to 90% of the investment spent on air conditioning and pays for itself in 1-2 years. What's more, the better the ventilation, the lower the risk of airborne COVID-19 transmission. This is what the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency writes about. This is what one of the Quiet Cool systems looks like, ideal for rooms up to 2,000 square feet. It offers 3 speeds, is rated at 451 watts, and can be installed on flat or pitched roofs. Speaking of which, for ventilation of the underlay space, you should look at redline systems. They are not made quite cool, but the efficiency is also on the high side. Condensation and moisture will not stand a chance, and the aesthetics of the roof will not suffer. Three hours, and the roof goes up like a toy house. That's how high-tech dormer works. Its lift system not only allows you to remodel homes any time of the year, but also saves up to 30% of your budget compared to competitors' solutions. Customers don't even have to leave their home. All they have to do is not have to go to the top floor. It's convenient, and it's also reliable. The company has been raising roofs since 1986 and has been approved at Building Regulations and Standards Council level. Want a couple of new bedrooms? Not enough bathrooms? Or maybe it's time to expand your walk-in closet. Now you know who to call. Four nails and the Titan XT shingle element withstands winds of up to 160 miles per hour. This is one of the most innovative solutions in the roofing business, TAMCO believes. They use a patented technology of reinforcement in production. Thanks to it, the shingles had another interesting effect. Nails in it sit tighter than usual, and on tests in TAMCO, laid shingles on a model roof without fasteners at all, and left for several days. And then it withstood the same wind up to 160 miles per hour. Is that magic? No, it's just that Tamco modified the adhesive sealant and now it's one of the most aggressive options on the market. "2024 did not start off too cheerfully for Estonia. On January 5th, electricity prices there rose to a record high. On the stock exchange, they asked for $973 per megawatt hour. The good thing is that a company called SolarStone is working in the country. It offers solar panels for roofs. 645 square feet can be easily covered in a day by builders. This area is enough to generate up to 10 kilowatts of power. And if you are not satisfied with the appearance, evaluate the development of the American team, JF Energy. They have made a very interesting solar tile. It consists of glass, photovoltaic cells, and other seemingly fragile components. But you can take ordinary nails and nail it to the roof. 130 tile elements are enough for 6 kilowatts of power, and it's really twice as fast to put them up as solar panels. The experts in the video are performing crucial work by extracting cylindrical wood samples, known as cores. The experts in the video are performing crucial work by extracting cylindrical wood samples, known as cores. These samples are utilized for various tasks, such as analyzing wood through advanced methods. Scientists hope to gain insights into human life during different historical periods and how humans have impacted the planet. A 20-foot shipping container weighs approximately 5,000 pounds when empty. Transporting containers, even with machinery, can be challenging due to their weight. To prevent accidental damage and save time, the U.S. produces wheels designed for this purpose. Each wheel can support up to 3,000 pounds of dynamic load and 7,000 pounds of static load. No tools are required for assembly, and even small forklifts can move the wheeled containers. The Shepich RS400 drum sifter is a versatile tool that can be used for screening soil, compost, and sand from sand pits. The drum rotates at a speed of 42 revolutions per minute, allowing for a working speed of up to 3 cubic yards per hour depending on the material being screened. The RS400 is available for purchase at a price of $569. Within this unassuming tool, the developers have included 17 functions, resulting in a versatile painting multi-tool. It can be used for paint removal, applying compounds such as putty, nail pulling and hammering, can opening, and many other practical tasks. Remarkably, this tool is available for only $14. Metabo is satisfied with this pump because it can be quickly converted from a barrel pump to a submersible pump and is battery-powered, eliminating the need for extension cords. Additionally, the pump includes a timer, and can pump water at a rate of up to 528 gallons per hour. The minimum residual water level will be approximately 0.04–0.08 inches. The cost of the pump is $97. Looking to cut rebar without sparks? Consider the Zupper ERC20. The manufacturer guarantees that it can cut a single rebar bar up to 1 inch in diameter in just 5 seconds. Additionally, the cutting head of the tool rotates 360 degrees, making it effective in unexpected situations. It is even recommended for use in disaster relief efforts. T-Works is a versatile solution for various jobs, including fall protection for building blocks, slab, edge, or beam formwork. Its simple yet innovative design features an extended horizontal crossbeam and 2 height-adjustable support legs. There are various versions of the invention to suit different needs, but they all share the feature of being fully adjustable. This allows for a wide range of tasks to be performed with the device. For instance, the T-Works can serve as edge formwork for freestanding concrete slabs. Additionally, T-Works can be used for rebar tying by passing the remaining rebar through the bolt holes in the fixture, then hanging the rebar basket and tying the bars. The T-Works can also function as a screw clamp for forming ring beams. In general, this fixture can replace traditional formwork elements and systems. Paygrand's pedestals are essential for construction projects involving floating, technical, or adjustable flooring. The company offers 2 types of pedestals, adjustable and non-adjustable. The non-adjustable pedestal is the most load-bearing but also the least flexible, supporting up to 6 tons of weight. However, it cannot be raised to the required level unless several pedestals are stacked on top of each other. Also, a non-adjustable pedestal cannot be installed under a base with a slope, which limits its applications. However, adjustable pedestals are compatible with non-adjustable ones for additions when needed. They can support weights exceeding 1.5 tons and are suitable for use with a base that has a slope of 1–2%. Adjustable pedestals also have an initial and maximum height to which they can be extended. In summary, Paygrand pedestals are an excellent solution for achieving a high-quality finish while reducing labor costs. Ice formwork. Making concrete blocks using ice molds may seem unusual, but it is a new and innovative method. In the cold production project, ice blocks are pressed in a laboratory at -10 degrees Celsius, ensuring rapid, zero-waste production. Once the molds have hardened, concrete is poured into them and left to dry. This process is both efficient and environmentally friendly. The next day, the ice melts, exposing the concrete lattice structures. Specialized computational tools are used in the process to create 24 module combinations using only 6 types of ice blocks. Augmented reality is utilized to enhance visualization during the design process. And augmented reality headsets assist with manual assembly in a cold lab environment. However, the source of ice for large-scale production remains a challenge. One potential solution is to obtain ice from skating rinks, where ice abrasion is a common byproduct. This eco-friendly method can boost production speed and greatly decrease energy usage. The resulting concrete components, woven together into a seamless structure, showcase the potential of ice as a casting material for intricate concrete shapes. Geomembrane. The sheet material, the laying of which you see on the screen, is called geomembranes, which are very useful and effective in construction. The most important purpose of geomembrane cladding is to control the migration of man-made liquids or gas in structures or systems. This is possible due to the exceptional impermeability of geomembranes. They are made from relatively thin continuous polymer sheets and by impregnating geotextiles with asphalt, elastomers, or polymer spray. These materials give geomembranes a number of advantages, including high strength, chemical resistance, and flexibility to conform to uneven surfaces. Impermeability provides long-term protection, making geomembranes a cost-effective and reliable solution for a variety of engineering and environmental applications. For example, geomembranes are widely used for lining solid waste landfills to prevent contamination of the surrounding soil and groundwater. They also play an important role in the granite mining industry, where they are used as a way to prevent the release of toxic substances into the environment. In addition, geomembranes are used in irrigation canals, reservoirs, and dams to reduce seepage and conserve water resources. The nail gun continues to be released. The skill model eliminates the need for wires, hoses, and compressors, as it can drive up to 1,000 nails on a single 2A battery, which is considered the best in class. The cost of the tool on the official website has not yet been specified. According to predictions from the network, a set with a battery will cost $200. This feature will be useful for removing fence posts. The M730 version provides up to 8,000 pounds of pulling power and can handle poles and other heavy objects up to 23 inches in diameter. The cost of the M730 is $2,419. This modular system is designed to satisfy the needs of auto mechanics and movers alike. It can be assembled easily, like a construction kit, and only requires 4 round elements to support loads of up to 453 kilograms. The clamp has a width of 4 inches and is priced at $242. The camo lever clamping tool is still in production and is commonly used for laying floorboards, including straightening deformed wood. King Chrome scrapers are the highlight of the product. Their unique design allows for easy portability, fitting even in your pocket. The specialized blades are perfect for removing paint, glue, stickers, gaskets, and more. Both squeegees feature gel-coated handles, and the blades are as easy to replace as razor cartridges. Each squeegee costs approximately $18. This portable vibrator is used to compact concrete when pouring foundations, walls, and more. It weighs a little over 17 pounds and allows you to compact about 2,000 cubic feet of concrete on one pair of batteries. You'll have to pay $2,450 for a set of 2 batteries and a charger. Lightweight and easy to handle, the Pellenc Fiction 2 allows workers to tie vines 10 times faster. The tool also stands out for its record low weight of approximately 1.7 pounds. and a full battery charge will last more than a day's work or 15,000 tying sessions. The tool sells for $1,500. Perry UK is one of the world's largest formwork manufacturers, which means you can't go past its developments. Fortunately, there is plenty to see. Perry Skydeck formwork is so versatile that it is suitable for both residential and industrial construction. It can be used for slab thicknesses up to and including yards. Depending on the specifics of the project in general and the concrete in particular, Perry Skydeck can be removed after only 24 hours. The formwork is aluminum, so it is quite light. The heaviest component weighs 33 pounds. However, Skydeck can withstand loads of up to 330 pounds per square meter and is therefore perfectly suited even for large-scale projects such as the three-tower South Quay Plaza development in London. Experts once calculated how much drinking water is lost in the United States due to deteriorating pipes. And it turned out that about 528 billion gallons are poured into nowhere every year. If very roughly, that's half of the Mediterranean Sea. So, SPR technology is one of those technologies that is needed even yesterday. It can fix pipes made of any material, from plastic to concrete, and it doesn't require digging up half the street. An SPR repair looks like this. A pipe layer climbs into the old pipe and pulls a flexible plastic profile like a huge spider. The new pipe is formed from it coil by coil. Do not worry about the reliability of the profile. It is not simple, but with the rest of the reinforcement. In this way, you can give a second life to pipes with a diameter of up to 18 feet, and SPR repair is also very environmentally friendly. The amount of machinery needed is many times less, which means that there are not so many emissions. Wood, but made of concrete? What kind of magic? Now these masters will show you how it works. Everything starts with formwork. A steel bar of square cross-section is recommended. Next, pouring concrete. With it, there is also a nuance. It is desirable that it contains fiber and plasticizer. The resulting solution is required to smooth and, without waiting for drying, turn into a tiramisu. Okay, in fact, this is a powder tint for concrete. It will provide the desired wooden color. Take a break. We wait until the moisture is gone and then the fun begins. It's time to make the surface look boarded up. To do this, we use stamping. If you bother, you can even add imitation nails. And of course, do not forget about the expansion and expansion joint, and a good finishing touch will be varnish. Enviromesh craftsmen specialize in working with gabions, that is, they make frames that are then filled with fluffy material like crushed stone or large stones. The resulting blocks can be used to build a retaining wall, a fence, an unusual building exterior, and many other useful things. Enviromesh is willing to take on even large projects. For example, the screen shows an incredible amount of work: 18 layers of geogrid and 2,000 cubic yards of welded gabions. The final structure protects one of the British slopes from erosion and people from rockfalls. The company writes that the average turnaround time is 5 to 7 days and even offers such an unusual service as gabion landscape design. SmartMix is an innovation in the world of construction, the developers believe. This is a bold statement considering the fact that this compound appeared on the US market in the early 80s. What is it for? SmartMix replaces masonry mortar. and it does it really effectively. Where 45 pounds of mortar was required, 1 pound of Smart Mix is enough. In addition, the composition is suitable for applying a thin enough layer, which allows you to save on plaster. Plus, the work with Smart Mix is neater and up to 3 times faster compared to mortar. Bricks or blocks, it does not matter. The main thing is that they should be relatively clean, without sand and oil traces. Smart Mix dries in about 72 hours, and the open package can be sealed and stored for up to 30 days without loss of quality. To put it simply, EPS, these are balls for thermal sound and vibration insulation. And if we go deeper into chemistry and other sciences, then on the screen, expanded polystyrene foam. The material has a honeycomb structure, and 98% consists of air, known as the best heat insulator on our planet. Not counting, of course, the expensive inert gases. As a result, EPS balls are 20% more efficient than standard fiber insulation. They also don't crack, don't settle, don't fear water, and don't rot. A few small holes are most often enough to fill cavities, so plus the savings on materials and tools. Also, the company EcoSpray foam systems, whose masters you see on the screen, covers the balls with a layer of glue. This prevents them from falling out of the walls during further repair work. We're in the city of Leerdam, Netherlands. One of the local houses would be lucky enough to go down in history. It was the first in Europe to receive a prefabricated elevator from Cone. Previously, residents were tormented in a cramped cubicle, frankly not even ready for wheelchairs and ambulance gurneys. And now, there is a Cone Monospace 500 in the house. This new elevator can accommodate up to 15 people, withstands up to 2,500 pounds, and travels between floors at a speed of 5 feet per second. The elevator has a height limitation of 230 feet, but no more is needed as this model is designed for low to mid-rise homes. Customers can choose from 52 variants of cabin design and order not one elevator, but a whole group of up to 4 pieces. All fences are like fences, but Modular Walls has a premium solution for modern cities. Installation is done in 4 simple steps: pits, posts, rails, panels. There are options with flush mounting. If desired, the fence can be made brighter. Acrylic paint is perfect for this. The height of the panel reaches 7 feet. The thickness, 2 inches. They are perfectly combined with lighting and other accessories, and also slightly muffled noise. Modular Walls writes that the installation is well within the power of the buyer himself. Good news if you know the price for 1 square meter of fence from $89 without taxes, delivery, and installation. But what did you want? Premium class. Now it's time to work on the pipes. In order not to leak anywhere, craftsmen use such solutions known under the common name of penetrations. There are a lot of variants in use because the penetrations are made for smoke, ventilation, and other pipes. The diameters also do not have to complain. You can easily seal holes with a diameter of at least 4 inches, even 24 inches. Yes, and compatibility with roofing materials is a wide range. Even on shingles or on corrugated sheet components will stand as required. For example, the solution is called Master Flash, which is a plastic cone easily mounted on a corrugated surface at an angle of 45 degrees. Find the sinkers on sale for about $16 each. We usually spend more than 90% of our time in various rooms, according to LikeOS. By an unbelievable coincidence, it is ready to make these very rooms much more pleasant and lively. It is enough to put this modular garden and a boring office will literally play with new colors. The plant box garden is made of self-watering modules. 1 square meter weighs about 150 pounds. So for reliability, plant box is usually attached to a supporting wall. It is quite easy to adjust the dimensions. The height should be a multiple of 8 inches and the width 24 inches. The depth of the garden is 6 inches. The plant is chosen by the client. Additional waterproofing is not necessary, and with watering will quite cope with automation. Or you can turn it on yourself via Wi-Fi once every 2 weeks. The next tool is needed for concealed installation of the boards. Its guides stand at an angle of 50 degrees. Built-in spacers allow you to set a gap of 0.1 to 0.2 inches. The tool is compatible with boards with a width of 3 to 6 inches. It is offered to buy it for $61. You can finally ditch the broom and dustpan in the workshop. Cleanliness is now the responsibility of this vacuum cleaner and blower. The tool comes with a 2A battery and accelerates the air up to 186 miles per hour. It also comes with attachments and garbage bags so you can start cleaning as quickly as possible. The kit is sold for $80. Repairing pipes has never been faster, according to the developers of the Kibosh Rapid Pipe Repair Clamp. This clamp installs in seconds, repairs leaks without shutting off the water, and can easily withstand 145 psi pressure. The clamp fits a wide variety of pipes from plastic to copper and sells for $24. Next up is the MX Fuel cordless drill rig. One charge is enough for 4 holes up to 10 inches in diameter in reinforced concrete. The maximum diameter of the holes is 14 inches. The modular system consists of 3 main parts, and the cool cycle system provides high-speed cooling, reducing downtime. The unit is priced at $7,000. These angle drills are offered by Flex. The Flex Compact FX 1671 will allow you to drill holes up to 10 inches in diameter in wooden workpieces and structures. This drill weighs 10 pounds with a 6A battery. On the Flex FX 1681, the drilling diameter has been increased to 6 inches. The weight with the same 6A battery has increased to 13 pounds. Prices for drills without batteries are $300 and $429 respectively. Bloomer Lehmann AG, a Swiss company, showcases its expertise in wooden construction projects with a pavilion named Into the Forest. This pavilion adorned the garden of the Swiss embassy in Copenhagen. The pavilion's 3 trees, each made up of 18 parts, were assembled by Bloomer Lehman AG specialists with the support of 2 other teams. To ensure stability, steel pipes were placed in the center of the trunks, which also aided in drainage. The tree crowns were made of textile membranes. Bloomer Lehman AG is so skilled at such projects that one of them was inaugurated by Swedish King Carl XVI Gustaf. Dirt and construction debris can clog sewer and drainage systems, causing sewage to flow out of manholes during road repairs. To prevent this, DrainFast, a British corporation, developed the muck stopper system. The RS400 model, weighing approximately 22.05 pounds, can hold up to 220.46 pounds of debris and garbage. Once installed, the construction team only needs to regularly empty the removable trash section. This eliminates the need to call a sewer cleaning service after the remodeling work. Several construction teams are currently installing a variety of decks. One team is using Aerodeck, which solves 2 problems at once. Firstly, this decking looks great, and secondly, it has a built-in drainage system. Craft Built is another option that will pleasantly surprise customers. This aluminum decking is completely waterproof, eliminating the need for a membrane underneath it. Each board of the decking has a drainage gutter. The craftsman installed a frame from Aluminum Deck Canada, which combined with aluminum planks results in a structure that is 20% cooler than wood on hot summer days. Today's journey through the world of building technology begins in Hungary. It is interesting to note that Hungary is not only the birthplace of the Rubik's Cube, but also the home of Platio solar panels. By paving approximately 861 square feet of sidewalk with these panels, you can generate approximately 11.7 kilowatts of electricity. These panels are highly durable, making them ideal for use on bicycle paths and parking lots. They are no more difficult to install than conventional paving tiles. Platio utilizes recycled plastic waste in its production process. Each panel is made from approximately 400 plastic bottles. Additionally, the panels do not generate excessive heat, as they are no hotter than tiles or concrete on sunny days. In Greece, Elvolcolor produces composite panels known as Edelbond. These panels consist of a special filler sandwiched between aluminum sheets. The filler is chosen based on the client's objectives, with non-combustible options available. Additionally, the panels can be treated to imitate various materials such as stone and wood. Edelbond panels can reach a maximum length of 36.09 feet and are versatile enough to be used in a variety of settings, from private homes to train stations. These panels are highly resistant to dirt, salt, acids, and alkalis, making them a durable and reliable choice. The manufacturer's website provides technical information about this unique and advanced product. What are your thoughts? An ingeniously simple design that simplifies the transfer of industrial hoses and hoses many times over. The top version of this clamp adapts to diameters of up to 6 inches, withstands loads of up to 400 pounds, and allows for confident handling of, for example, wet or dirty hoses. If you have a mountain of self-tapping screws to screw in, then the PAMFast nozzle is a good idea. It is loaded with strips in which the self-tapping screws are already inserted. A typical strip holds 50 self-tapping screws with a length of 2 inches. PAMFast allows you to speed up your work considerably while reducing the risk of rejects, except that the nozzle costs $626. Unlike its counterparts, the head of this demolition tool can be adjusted in a 180-degree range and is designed to reduce the risk of slippage. The patented nailer gives additional speed to the work process. The tool is 48 inches long and costs $100. When you need to tension your wire properly, it's time to get the wire tensioner out of your toolbox. This tensioner is also useful for coated wire, is easy to adjust, and allows you to tension the wire without cutting it. A set of 3 tensioners costs $20. The folks at Geofoam Tool have figured out how to optimize workshops. As it turns out, all you need to do is purchase these 12-gauge steel rollers. A set of 2 rollers will withstand a load of about 1,984.16 pounds and will cost customers $162. Such machines are also quite relevant for independent amateur projects. They allow you to make tiles and curbs or cinder blocks. With Vibromaster standard 260V1 molding cycle takes from 60 to 90 seconds. So it is quite realistic to reach, for example, 260 blocks per shift, especially if you work with a team of 2 people. There are a lot of molds for Vibromaster standard 260V on the market. There is even a variant that allows you to make blocks with a bite on one side longer and wider, so you can direct your building enthusiasm to a wide variety of projects, from staircase walkways to 3-story houses. Purchase such a useful machine is offered for $32. You can change the curtains and wallpaper even every month, but you can't do that with walls. That's why the developers remind us, hot block is extremely important to choose the material for them carefully. Otherwise, it will be uncomfortable in the house. Why should you buy exactly hot block? Here are a few advantages according to the developers. First, these blocks are quite light, since they consist of expanded clay concrete and polystyrene foam. Second, they are larger than bricks, so the work is much faster. On a square meter of wall will be enough about 7 pieces. And third, the blocks are equipped with a tongue and groove system, which saves mortar on vertical joints. And of course, the coarse block is vapor permeable, but at the same time very effective in terms of thermal insulation solutions. According to analysts at the Ember Center, more than 60 countries will generate about 10% of their electricity with wind and solar in 2022. A great review summarizing the Heliotech team's development. They've made an organic photohalomonic film. It's like a solar panel, but thinner. less than 1 inch, and it's also flexible, lighter, and a quarter more efficient. In South Korean projects, 712 films on one building provided a peak power output of 37.7 kilowatts. Another unusual feature of Heliotech's development is the different colors. The film can be made blue, gray, or green. Since it transmits 50% of light, it is suitable for windows, creating a shading effect. And in some cases during installation, it will be possible to do without fasteners. It will be enough to put the film on the glue. For lovers of interior works, we have also found a very original thing. This is EverPanel, space delimitation panels. Do you want to make several rooms in the loft or divide the areas of responsibility in the office? It doesn't matter. EverPanel will always help you out. 2 people are enough, and a 100 feet long wall will stand up in about half an hour. That is, even a small team can work on many orders in a day. Sounds profitable, especially since you can start projects in 3D Constructor. So the client will clearly see the future result. And there is no need to worry about tools. EverPanel panels are joined and separated manually. A wall with a length of 9 feet and a height of 7 feet will cost $2,985. When you hear the phrase divorcing wrench, you might not picture a small tool like this. However, the tie spanner is not only a full-fledged adjustable wrench that opens to 1 inch, but also a nailer, can opener, and glass breaker. It can even be used to open cardboard boxes. Despite its versatility, the tie spanner is priced at $68, which is more expensive than many adult versions. This tool may resemble a prop from a horror movie, but its spikes are not for creating scary scenes. Instead, they are used for moving carpeting by securely holding it in place while the craftsman hits the tool with their knee. To finish laying the carpet without injury, a soft insert is recommended. The cost of the tool is $150. Are you still using a tape measure to level by weight? With a level from Preciso AG, you can work faster and more accurately. This level is suitable for use on both walls and tripods and allows you to work at a range of up to 98 feet. It also features a built-in magnetic insert. The level is available for purchase for $80. The felling lever is a tool used for cutting down trees and is known for its superior grip compared to other similar tools. This feature makes it useful not only for forest felling, but also for carrying logs. The cost of this tool is $113. The GlueMate 150 and GlueMate 450 are ideal accessories for working with adhesives. Their developers are confident that the main feature of these accessories, their dual-chamber design, ensures that the master always has the right amount of glue ready and can apply it comfortably from any angle. Additionally, the set includes several applicators. The GlueMate 150 accessory holds 5 ounces of glue and costs $5. Stubby Nozzle is a company that offers affordable and amusing nozzles for drying your car with a regular blower. The nozzles are 3D printed and available for various manufacturers' blowers, including Makita, DeWalt, and Milwaukee. To prevent accidental scratches, a silicone cover can be added to the end of the nozzle for an additional $16. Do you know what a caddy is? It is an assistant for golfers who also carries a bag of clubs. This bucket upgrade is ready to become a caddy of sorts as well. It is designed for auto care professionals and is called the Bucket Caddy. It costs $59. The Skilder team makes glass pergolas, gazebos, and similar structures. The main feature is their dynamic design. The elements of the structure move back and forth. Here's an example from New York. Look how the craftsmen have utilized about 1,000 square feet. Now this space is protected by multi-layer glass 1 inch thick. It can easily withstand even snow, so guests can be welcomed all year round. To keep them comfortable, the client ordered heating, ventilation, several lighting options, and Wi-Fi. And when the approximately 45-foot wide glass section is in motion, guests will certainly want to capture a couple of viral videos. Skilder's other works are just as impressive. If you like it, the company's website has a 3D editor where you can design your own architectural elements. From 2010 to 2020, apartments in many countries have doubled, if not tripled, in price. What can we do? Architects all over the world are puzzled over this question. And this is what the experts of the London team PUP Architect have come up with. They rightly noted that there is plenty of space on rooftops, but builders are limited by laws. The solution is simple: a house in the form of a hood. It's called the HVAC. And it hints that there are more holes and issues in the building legislation than the authorities would like. The house won the Antepavilion competition and stood out not only for its shape, but also for its materials. The tiles are made from recycled Tetra Pak packaging. Perhaps it's time to add another chapter to the tale of the three little pigs. Another option for ventilation of the underroof space. This is the Ventikrov Ridge Vent. It allows vapor, gases, and moisture to escape. The better the ventilation, the lower the risk of rot and mold. At least the rafters will thank you. Ventikrov is available as a tape, both sides of which are adhesive. The adhesion is sufficient to work on both corrugated board and shingles. Moreover, the adhesive layer is specially designed for this tape, so that even dust and sand will not be an obstacle. Optimal for installation temperature from plus 41 degrees Fahrenheit, in a standard roll of 16 feet of tape, and its service life is estimated at dozens of years. Imagine that you need to lower 44-pound slate sheets from the roof or lift more than 2,200 tiles. Long, laborious, and not very pleasant for your back unless you have a system like this on site. The TP250 lifts and lowers up to 250 pounds at a time. That's a quarter more than previous models. The lifting height in the standard version is 28 feet. The engine in this model is gasoline-powered. If not environmentally friendly, the Transvolt G2 ladder vader with the same characteristics surprises with a battery power system. A full charge is enough for 8 hours of work. And if the price of about $3,000 scares you, here is a homemade version. Even skateboard wheels were used. Still haven't forgotten the solar shingles from GAF Energy? Turns out that's just one of the projects associated with the GAF team. It works so productively that every fourth house in the US flaunts its roof. Finally, beating the competition helps the layer lock technology. Thanks to it, tile layers overlap and fasten so firmly that in GAF give a 15-year warranty for protection against hurricane winds, and even without limiting its maximum speed. Apparently, a hurricane is more likely to tear off the entire roof. And also, this shingle has the widest in the industry area for nailing. They even gave it a name, Strike Zone. In the UK, the telebeam system is responsible. It was invented by Digby Rousell, a man who actually started his career in mechanical engineering but then switched to architecture. And as practice has shown, not for nothing. Because telebeam transforms lofts that were designed inexplicably into spacious and, most importantly, living spaces. The trick is in the special beams that allow for spans of up to about 29 feet. One of the key requirements for telebeam goes like this. At the highest point of the attic to the ceiling must be at least 8 feet. The slope of the roof does not play a role. The installation can really be done in 1-2 days, and if you want, the transformation can be complemented with skylights. In full compliance with the slogan "Designed for Life," Bosch offers this cordless pump. It can be used to inflate a PVC boat or a gymnastic ball. The weight of the pump with the battery is 1 pound. The maximum pressure of the pump is modest, 0.4 psi, but it costs only $42. Clean and fast drilling without dust, chips, and cracks is easy with the AquaDrill Pro in your handyman's bag. It impresses not only with its 66 FTLBs of torque and the ability to reach up to 3,800 revolutions per minute, but also with a water supply system that prevents the drill bit from overheating and minimizes contact pressure. This is how an ordinary chainsaw is transformed into a debarker with the help of one attachment. Simply put, it can now be used to remove bark easily and simply. To install the attachment, you need a saw with at least 1 horsepower. In one pass, the craftsman will clear a strip 4 inches wide. The attachment sells for $128. This saw looks like it was made up for a horror movie of the same name. But it is a very real product developed in the first half of the 20th century. The saw blade rotates thanks to a drive shaft, and it was designed to be portable for limbing and other similar tasks. Diode lighting that will change the way you approach painting. At least that's what the developers say. The backlight is mounted directly on the paint console or airbrush and allows you to effectively illuminate the painted surface. The light will be as close to the solar light as possible. One charge is enough for 2 hours of work at full power and another hour in half-power mode. The price of the backlight complete with 4 adapters is $350. Hadrian X. Replacing humans with robots in construction is an irreversible process. Hadrian X is a highly useful robot that lays blocks with high accuracy and speed, builds block structures based on a 3-dimensional model, and produces much less waste compared to traditional methods of construction. Hadrian X is a fast worker, laying 1 block every 20, 30 seconds or more than 1,000 standard bricks per hour. A 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home can be built in just 3 days using the robot, which is the most accurate builder due to its use of dynamic stabilization technology. This system monitors indicators that affect the robot's accuracy in real time and adjusts its actions accordingly. Additionally, the Hadrian X robot is compact and can be easily transported in any truck. It is important to note that the blocks used in the project are not ordinary. They are 12 times larger than standard bricks, yet lighter, stronger, and more efficient. Furthermore, they are held together by a special adhesive mortar that fully bonds the blocks within 45 minutes. This tool, which looks more like a weapon from video games, was found on a well-known Chinese website. It costs a modest $30 and pleases with the working width in the range from 23 to 31 inches. The manufacturer was not lazy to insert a couple of levels as well, and tilers are chosen as the target audience. Powerful engine, 4-speed gearbox, rigid yet ergonomic construction. All this sounds like a review of a sports car, but we're talking about a drilling machine. However, its name is quite in the spirit of sports cars, Pro 122 TSB. You can work on the machine with a 4-inch diameter core drill bit as well as a twist drill bit with a diameter of up to 1 inches. Motor power, by the way, is 2,300 watts, and working with the control panel is convenient even with gloves. The machine sells for $3,352. On other sites, construction workers start marking and work very quickly because Rust-Oleum marking paint dries in about 5 minutes. The paint holds up well on asphalt and gravel, as well as on grass and dirt. Customers can choose from over 30 colors. A standard M1400 cylinder holds 17 ounces of paint and allows marking more linear feet than many analogs. A batch of 12 M1400 cans costs $58. Every roofer has at least once in his life used the first thing that came to hand instead of a hammer. At least that's what Primeline Tools thinks. This is the company that made the hammerhead knife. Its handle has a steel insert so you can use it to pound nails, staples, and everything else. It also has a sliding compartment for 7 spare blades. Hammerhead can be purchased for $55. In 2015, there were over 20.3 million elevators worldwide. Clark Builders specializes in prefabricated elevator shafts, such as the Megcrete shafts installed by their specialists in a senior center in High River, Canada. These shafts are known for their 2-hour fire resistance. The video showcases Ipstech shafts that can extend up to 6 stories in height. The standard version includes walls up to 5.51 inches thick and can be customized as needed. Sure wall is a new type and method of building retaining walls. According to the New Zealand developers, it is suitable for walls up to 1 yard high and, thanks to powerful steel elements, eliminates the need for 1/3 of the thickness required for classic wooden retaining walls. Builders can also create perfect 90-degree corners and curved sections of walls within 15 degrees. The key principle of sustainable building can be summarized in one sentence: construct buildings that remain economically viable throughout their entire life cycle. Canadian firm Plex Building Systems is already offering to evaluate this future of sustainable construction. They have developed building blocks made of over 90% waste materials, including plaster, plastic, and concrete. According to the developers, the finished blocks are stronger than bricks and concrete. Construction will be 3 times faster and 35% cheaper because masters do not need mortar. Even people with modest experience will be able to build quality buildings and structures. Pilot production will begin in Canada, followed by the establishment of a partner production network around the world. EverPanel modular wall panels are incredibly easy to work with. With just 2 people, a 100 feet long wall can be built in just half an hour. This means that it is possible to construct a multi-room office in just 1 day. The American developer offers to begin work with a 3D plan of the future construction. This plan can be easily translated into reality without the need for professional building skills. In addition, no tools are required for connecting and disconnecting the panels, as this can be done manually. The panels start at a width and height of 4.92 feet in the basic version. If the neutral white color of the panel seems dull, there are also bright variants available in pink, orange, and other colors. The conclusion of the matter was the Blue Paradise, a modular pool from a French company. Unlike its counterparts, this pool is assembled from modules. The 107.64 square feet version costs approximately $5,800, which includes all necessary components, including a pump. It is worth noting the technological innovation of the pool's panels, which are made of synthetic resin derived from recycled waste, such as yogurt cups. If this pool model does not meet your preferences, do not worry. The manufacturer offers over 6,000 different components in its catalog to help you create your ideal pool. CommonFlex is a chimney liner system that customers can easily install themselves. It is suitable for roofs made of tiles, shingles, corrugated sheets, and other materials, and fits perfectly on pitched roofs at an angle of up to 60 degrees. Optimal width of the chimney from 10 to 40 without any problems. Even a perfect mastic and polyester fabric job doesn't guarantee 100% leak-proofing of your roof. To solve this problem, expert roofing contractor Sonny Arwood founded Fluid Applied Roofing, and together with a chemical specialist, came up with FiberSeal Base. It is a fiber-reinforced and already patented compound. It stands out with its hybrid polyurethane acrylic formula. FiberSeal dries in just half an hour to the point where it is rainproof and forms a seamless membrane with a warranty of up to 20 years. Plus, it's 30 to 50% cheaper than other insulation options, and it extends the life of your roof at the same time. This is important because in the US alone, dead roofing materials account for 10% of landfills. Several crews are working with attics. Here the craftsmen had to perform a whole cascade of work. The house was damaged by strong winds, and the owners had been waiting 8 months for insurance reimbursement. The craftsmen proposed a complex project, including not only repair of the attic, but also modernization of the chimney, replacement of part of the facade, and more elaborate ventilation. The result is already on the screen. The second team got an equally complex project. From a modest birdhouse, they made the coolest mansard floor, as well as renovated balconies and veranda. Critics will say that it is not a good idea to use cement bags in this way. However, this craftsman is unlikely to serve them. He has already wasted effort, money, and rebar, and a decent amount of time since he waited a whole winter. Thanks to water and the forces of nature, the bags have hardened properly. If you want, you can peel off the packaging, but for now, the master is busy with further leveling of the site. I wonder if he is working on a whim or on instructions from the network. In any case, such a wall is a simple, rather budget option, which can be done even by self-made people. The main thing is not to get tired carrying bags weighing dozens of kilograms each. Derrick specialists believe that wood is the building material of the future. Statistics speak in their favor. For example, in the USA, the share of wooden houses in the total volume of construction was above 90%, and in Japan it is above 40%. In addition, reminds Derrick's, specialized forestry farms are actively working so that the issues with ecology are settled. In general, it is time to take on large-scale tasks, such as the expansion of Oslo Airport. For this project, Derrick's engineers chose glulam and oak laths, and successfully added about 120,000 square feet of space to the terminal. Other Derrick's projects also look worthy. For example, in the German city of Mulheim an der Ruhr, there is a wooden hangar for airships with a span of more than 130 feet, 1,500 parts created with millimeter precision and 82+ feet of height. It's beautiful. The Westenbert Arboretum is of interest for several reasons. Firstly, it is quite large, about 600 acres. Secondly, it is patronized by Camilla, the British Queen Consort. And thirdly, it is where this magnificent walkway stands. It rises on 50 solid larch supports, stretches for 980 feet, and allows you to enjoy the view from a 40-foot height. The customers wanted the walkway to be relevant all year round, comfortable for people with disabilities as well as not damaging tree roots. An important point, because the construction was taking place in the densest part of the Arboretum. Bureau Happold specialists took on this very difficult challenge, and thanks to the experience of working closely together with representatives of the Arboretum, as well as Autodesk robot programs, they coped perfectly. What a new attraction. Another construction issue, which means another formwork. This time, let's evaluate the option from Max Frank. The specialists from this company have helped with projects such as the railway station in Born, Switzerland, and the waste treatment plant in Kalmar, Sweden, so they know their business and use the latest technology. Pekafil Formwork is one of them. It comes in 2 versions. The first one is a classic, which is perfect for strip foundations. The second one is distinguished by the increased size of the panels, which, moreover, are made of groundwater-neutral material. This formwork is useful for reinforcing the walls of excavations. Both Pekafil variants are suitable for manual work, do not require heavy machinery, and are environmentally friendly. And they are good for both fixed and reusable formwork. Gate Precast also has its own plans for building facades around the world. It offers Gate Light. These are panels that form an additional outer shell. They look like parts from a toy house, but they carry very real benefits. For one thing, gate light is fast. The panels are delivered to the site assembled, including with the windows installed. Workers only have to put them together like parts of a construction kit. Secondly, the panels provide air, thermal, and vapor insulation. This means that they are suitable even for facilities such as hospital schools with high demands on these aspects. And thirdly, gate light is a solution that complies with the NFPA 285 fire resistance standard. Alucobond is the world market leader in aluminum composite panels. They are beautiful and durable, and if necessary, they can be customized according to the customer's wishes. For example, it is possible to order non-combustible filler between the sheets. All this is fine, but why should customers choose Alucobond panels? Let's think about it. The world leader probably has someone cheaper. That's when the company pulls out of its sleeve a trump card called Easy Fix. This mounting system is a kind of hybrid, combining the reliability of installation as with welding and ease of operation, characteristic of the installation of cassette panels. EasyFix is suitable for horizontal and vertical installation, as well as for working with 2-inch wide profiles. And of course, it is a concealed installation option, which means that aesthetics will also be at its best. Aztec is a pool that buyers can easily assemble on their own. After leveling the surface and installing the concrete slab, a team of 3 people usually takes between 5 and 8 hours. At the same time, buyers can either choose one of the standard pool shapes or order a unique one. In any case, the design will be so well thought out that all its components will pass through an ordinary doorway. It is not for nothing that the developers have issued a patent. Also, the pool will please with stainless steel hardware and materials resistant to mold, UV radiation, abrasion, and corrosion. And the 10-micron water filter features a large capacity and lasts about a month. Aztec manufacturers in Europe and offer a 10-year warranty. Good office acoustics help employees concentrate 48% better and reduce their stress by 27%. And poor acoustics in a hospital can cause patients' blood pressure to rise and their heart rate to increase. That's why Bi-Vino panels are an essential upgrade for virtually any room. Thanks to the combination of the lamella structure and felt backing, sounds are absorbed rather than reflected. This applies to a wide frequency spectrum, for example from 125 to 4000 Hz, as well as unwanted resonances. The panels can even be fixed to walls with a 1.8-inch gap if required, and they also have the unique feature of being the industry's only flame retardant felt solution. It meets the IAN 13823 standard, which applies at ES level. The developers of the unique polyester felt are to be thanked for this. The Bora Midorix tool, according to the manufacturer, saves working hours and construction materials. Craftsmen can now avoid wasting either, thanks to the practical angle gauge. The Bora Midorix won the Pro Tool Innovation Awards, which is only given to the most innovative tools. It allows for working with inside and outside angles up to 180 degrees and makes transferring measurements to a miter saw easy. The angle gauge is priced at $39. This diesel infrared heater is versatile and can be used in a variety of locations, from service stations to construction sites. It can heat an area of up to 3,500 square feet and operate for up to 19 hours on a full tank of fuel. The heater is also quiet, smokeless, and virtually noise-free. Its price is $2,995. The Cider SA 908 holders facilitate stacking the gauntlet, even when working alone. It costs $1,249 and is indispensable for cutting future pillowcases and blankets. The Hoogs USMG is a valuable tool for fast and efficient textile cutting. It can cut up to 935 feet in just 1 minute, with a maximum cutting height of 1 inch. For safety, the tool also features finger protection. Savak is a construction kit that allows for quick and easy pipeline assembly. It consists of 3 main components: pipes with a diameter of 6 inch, connecting elements, and a blue installation tool. The developers recommend laying the pipeline no deeper than 3 feet. Now it's time to cut a hole for the ceiling lights using the F4P kit. This kit is suitable for working on plasterboard, plywood, wood, fiberboard, or acrylic. It comes with a transparent polycarbonate element that collects debris and dust, and the hole diameter is adjustable from 1 inch to 11 inches. The kit costs $93. The Lacket Stabilizer is an innovative product designed for ladders. It prevents the ladder from falling backwards or sideways, providing increased safety for the foreman. The stabilizer has won the SafeWork NSW Health and Safety Award and is the only adjustable stabilizer on the market that can lock the ladder in place before the foreman climbs. The Lacket is priced at $297. A wire stripper is an essential tool for craftsmen who work with cables regularly. It allows for precise and accurate stripping of insulation. The screen model can cover the length of the uninsulated part of the center conductor within 0.4 to 0.8 inches and the length of the uninsulated part of the braid within 0.4 to 0.9 inches due to its flexible adjustment. Additionally, the conductor is chamfered. Bosch's Dremel division has also come up with something curious. It's a 3-in-1 system that combines a vise, fastener, and tool stand. The system is compact, rotates 360 degrees, and tilts 50 degrees. You can attach it to any surface up to 2 inches thick. The system sells for $35. The next tool is sure to please connoisseurs of gardening. It is called an uprooter and, as the seller assures, will allow you to pull bushes and even small trees out of the ground in seconds together with the roots. The mini version of the uprooter weighs about 7 pounds and sells for $160. The following tool is needed for threading pipes. It stands out among its competitors because of its battery power. One charge is enough to thread 30 pipes with a diameter of 2 inches. The end of the cutting process will be notified by an LED warning system. The developers have also found a place for backlighting. The tool weighs about 24 pounds and sells for $1,600. A 39 by 7 by 3 inch curb block weighs about 77 pounds. To make life easier for workers who have to carry such blocks by hand, you can pay $184. That's how much the Mustang gripper costs. In the website version, it weighs 11 pounds and is designed for blocks weighing up to 150 pounds. The Edelgrappa Combax Universal Tool was released in Italy. It is perfect for construction workers, rescuers, and even firefighters. Because with this tool, it is easy to open a hydrant, open a car door, break glass, and cut, for example, a seatbelt. The manufacturer gives the price upon request. This compact cutter comes in handy when you need to cut circles out of fabric, cardboard, wood, film, and other materials. It has a 0.7-inch diameter disc blade and is suitable for cutting circles from 1.5 to 8 inches in diameter. The cutter sells for $14 each. The developers have tried to fit everything at once into the compact Maca tool. Now Maca not only calculates distance, area, and volume, but also searches for various materials in the walls, as well as provides moisture meter and AC detector readings. A no less useful option for many craftsmen will be a thermal imager. Sell Maca for $150. 10-fold self-folding houses are structures that can be transported anywhere by lorry, and then, with the push of a button, turn into a room that is 3 times larger than the original version. The process of unfolding takes no more than 8 minutes. These folding houses are also modular, which means they can be quickly and easily fitted with modules, such as solar energy systems, water treatment, entertainment, and various medical activities. 10-fold modules can serve as offices, residential buildings, clinics, exhibitions, shops, schools, or restaurants. This significantly reduces the number of construction works required for erecting such buildings. Timberline Solar. Technology is advancing rapidly, rendering conventional solar panels on homes obsolete. They are being replaced by solar shingles. Timberline Solar, from the company JF Roofing, is one of the representatives of this new way of obtaining solar energy. It is worth noting that the Timberline solar system is unique among the many ways of extracting solar energy. The integrated roof system is not only efficient in terms of energy extraction, but also aesthetically pleasing compared to traditional solar panels. It prevents the roof of the house from being cluttered with elements. Since the roof is the most weather-prone part of the house, solar shingles need to be resilient to wind, rain, and snow. While this coating is waterproof and can withstand rain and snow, manufacturers had to work on improving its resistance to wind. The company conducted tests and found that Timberline Solar can withstand wind speeds up to 190 feet per second, which is higher than the speed of an average hurricane. Regarding the power generation efficiency of solar shingles, each individual cell has a power output of 45 watts. To achieve a combined output of 6 kilowatts, approximately 134 shingles would need to be installed. The roof can be easily converted into an efficient solar energy receiver due to the system's simple installation process. The HydroCap system can transform unsightly rooftop heat pumps into a visually appealing element that seamlessly blends with the surrounding exterior. This is achieved by enclosing the heat pump in a 0.12-inch thick aluminum housing, which can be easily installed in the desired position on the roof in just 6 minutes. The integral design of the HydroCap eliminates the need for any additional work beyond system connection. HydroCap can be installed on roof pitches ranging from 30 to 60 degrees due to its aesthetic appearance and easy installation. It resembles a chimney, making it suitable for installation in areas with traditional exteriors that do not accommodate modern details like heat pumps. This innovative construction material is not made of concrete, but rather a PVC-backed canvas that contains a three-dimensional fiber matrix with a specially formulated dry cement mix. It offers a thin, strong, waterproof, and low-carbon alternative to traditional concrete. Its main feature is its ease of use. The concrete sheet can be laid out in the desired location and then poured or immersed in water, regardless of whether the water is salt or fresh. After 2 hours, the setting process begins, and after 24 hours, the fibers fully reinforce the cement mixture, thus strengthening the fabric and preventing possible cracks. Using a concrete web has several advantages, including its installation speed of approximately 2,150 square feet per hour, which is 10 times faster than traditional concrete paving. Additionally, no heavy machinery is required to lay the web, as it is transported in conventional portable rolls. Surprisingly, concrete webbing can be partly described as green due to its low mass and carbon footprint. It uses 95% less material than standard concrete and has a service life of up to 120 years. Concrete webbing is versatile and can be used for lining canals or ditches, protecting or stabilizing slopes, embankment lining, weed suppression, laying water pipes, protection culverts, or spillways. What can be said about Linear's style? It is the perfect solution for a simple, safe, and visually appealing coating that is also easy to install. The aesthetics are enhanced by the double-sided coating, which allows you to choose between a wood grain and a traditional grooved finish to create the desired style. Additionally, there are 5 nature-inspired colors available, ranging from classic to contemporary shades, providing an option to complement any outdoor space. Switchboard is made from composite PVC and is about 1.46 inches thick, making it extremely strong and durable. It is not prone to warping, bending, drying out, or rotting. Additionally, the material from which the coating is made ensures that no traces of spilled liquids remain on the switchboard, and no stains appear at all. The coating does not require any painting or sanding. In terms of safety, Switchboard has an anti-slip surface. Fans of eco-friendliness will also be pleased, as the coating is lead-free and fully recyclable. Installation is made easy thanks to Linear's quick clip technology. The Linear switchboard includes clips that act as automatic spacers, streamlining the installation process. The HC1 and HC2 cutters are perfectly compatible with cordless drills and can cut galvanized steel with a thickness of 0.04 inches. This is the ideal solution for working with sheet metal. Not only is the design of the cutters quite simple, but spare parts and consumables are also interchangeable. The HC1 cuts holes from 2 to 12 inches in diameter, while the HC2 will allow you to increase the diameter up to 20 inches. The HC1 version of the cutter costs $67, while the HC2 version costs $94. A trick from Blue Spruce Toolworks. This chisel is more compact than its analogs, but it costs more. For a combination of 2 steel and natural wood handles, the developers want $120. Is it a decent tool? Or is it possible to find something better for such money? Installation of siding, a matter in all senses heavy. Facilitating it on 2 fronts at once allows these clamps. First, they act as mini platforms on which you can put panels and sheets in the process of working with fasteners. And second, the clamps provide perfectly even gaps. One clamp costs $63. Why buy Quick Brace? Because there is no other tool like it on the market, the developers believe. In addition, work with Quick Brace will go up to 6 times faster because thanks to the pneumatic drive, you can attach even 5 boards at the same time. They will immediately stand as they should. That is, you will not have to knock on them. The tool is sold for $1,650. This is a device called a profiler. It helps with the preparation of the surface for laying tiles, paving stones, lawns, and all that. Gardeners also buy the device, for example, to level beds. The experts from the screen opted for the Level Fix series. The width of the profilers of this series reaches up to 122 inches. Plus, the device is not only adjustable in width, but also in height. The Level Fix profiler with a working width of up to 49 inches sells for $1,290. Dovo, on the other hand, deals with laser levels and is so confident in their quality that they will repair all inaccurate models that have been in use for less than 5 years free of charge. The laser leveler offers builders 16 lines at once and is therefore suitable for a wide variety of tasks, from tile laying to the installation of stretch ceilings. The working range of the laser leveler extends to 197 feet. One charge is enough for 6 hours of work. The device sells for $180. Sometimes in areas where tiles or paving stones are laid, you can see this technique. It allows workers to solve two tasks at once. Firstly, the technique helps to fill the joints, and secondly, with the help of vibrations, workers can carefully level even thin tiles without the risk of cracking chips. The work is dust-free and quite fast because both models are equipped with 5 GP Honda engines. The working widths are 16 and 26 inches. And the roofers are celebrating. They have received the Bumpa system. It makes it much easier to get roof tiles and other materials onto the roof and is also useful for removing debris from the roof. Bumpa is available in gasoline and electric versions. The maximum load in either case is 176 pounds, and the maximum working height is limited to 29 feet. A gasoline-powered Bumpa for this height will cost $137. We've already covered a whole arsenal of different lanterns in our issues, so now it's time for something bigger. The Lux S10 lighting mast stretches to a height of 14 feet and illuminates an area of 16,000 square feet. The mast's lamps rotate 360 degrees, and thanks to its supports and weight of 183 pounds, it can withstand winds of up to 67 feet per second. The Lux S10 is available for $4,597. All buildings deserve a solid foundation, write the developers of Stopped Again. This system of screw piles was designed in Sweden back in 2012 and is still selling well. No wonder, because such piles allow you not to dig and not to agonize with pouring concrete. And they are also reusable and ready for use all year round. In addition, they have successfully met even American building codes and come with a 25-year warranty. A typical construction task is marking boards for trimming. Here's a $7 solution that's easy to use. No batteries, rechargeable batteries, tons of settings, etc. It is relevant for boards up to 2 inches and requires only a pencil. There are options with inch and millimeter markings in different steps, for example from 0.08 to 0.6 inches. And for easy storage, there is a magnet in one of the legs. When creating new tools, we always think out of the box and ahead of the curve, the developers of these chainsaws explain. It can be seen with one hand. A full 2A battery is enough for 100 cuts, and the approximate weight is less than 4 pounds. There are 2 models on the screen at once. Nextsaw with a 6-inch blade for branches up to 4.7 inches in diameter. Nextsaw Ultra with a 7.09-inch blade for branches up to 6 inches in diameter. Both variants come with 32-degree adjustment in the angle and are compatible with an extension cord, allowing you to work at heights up to 10 feet. All of this is complemented by a manual grease pump and protective sheath, and the price starts at $207. If you need to urgently haul a pile of chipboard sheets or something equally large, this cart will be an effective partner. Put the sheet on it, and the jaws hold it firmly but without damage, thanks to the felt coating. The working width is adjustable from 1 to 3 inches. There is a choice of pneumatic or solid tires, and since the cart is made in Germany, the price tag is $125. Working on your knees for a long time is harmful, if only because the blood flow is disturbed. And if you stand on the cold floor or on the ground, you can even develop problems like arthritis. Treatment will be more expensive than $320, in which they valued this system. Roller supports plus spring-loaded seats. Rotation of 360 degrees up to 249 pounds of load. Relevance is on asphalt with concrete and on the ground. Plus comfort not only for the knees but also for the back. A useful purchase for amateurs and pros alike. If you regularly install metal decking, this perforator will save you money. Its developers immediately emphasize the target audience and the main advantage of the device. It is realistic to reach an average of 1,200 blows per hour and 9,600 per day. That is double or even triple the speed of work compared to manual analogs, but without unnecessary load. The punch is suitable for all types of decking in 18, 20, and 22 gauge, and also stands out with powerful jaws and a reasonable weight of 39.68 pounds, including packaging. The asking price is $2,800. To patent a saw, you would need to file a patent application with the relevant patent office, such as the United States Patent and Trademark Office, USPTO. Your application would need to demonstrate that your saw design is novel, non-obvious, and useful. In the case described, the craftsmen have innovated by integrating the handle as a sheath for the blade, allowing for adjustable length from 23 to 14 inches, simplifying storage and carrying. Additionally, the blade has specific tooth per inch (TPI) configurations on each side, enhancing versatility. The saw weighs about 1 pound, adding to its usability. To patent this saw design, you would need to provide detailed descriptions, drawings, and possibly prototypes to demonstrate the unique features and functionality of your invention. It's also advisable to consult with a patent attorney or agent to navigate the patent application process effectively. That's an interesting concept. The R600 Vario Clean system seems like a versatile tool for pipe cleaning, suitable for both indoor and outdoor use with diameters ranging from 19 to 6 inches. The battery-powered feature adds convenience, allowing it to be used even in places without electricity. With a price tag of $3,100, it appears to offer a comprehensive solution for plumbers and adventurers alike. It's intriguing to imagine Mario's childhood friend Vario venturing into the plumbing business with such innovative tools. This arsenal is something both amateur and professional craftsmen would be proud to have. Its foundation is a docking station with 2 hinged reamers and a clamping clamp, supplemented with conductors and other accessories. There are plenty of options available. For example, one of the reducers not only features an Automax clamp for workpieces from 0.5 to 1.1 inches thick, but also the ability to connect a vacuum cleaner. If necessary, additional supports are put, for example, under long boards and plywood and with thin workpieces. A clever conductor is used that allows you to make holes 25% smaller. The price for the kit in the video is about $300. Whether at the workbench or on the campground, this British lantern with 3 brightness modes is unlikely to be idle. For $63, it offers up to 4.5 hours of use on a single 2A battery charge and 30 LEDs with a lifespan of about 5,000 hours. The steel frame and protection level IP20 will allow you to work safely even in tight and dusty rooms, and comfort will be added by the 360-degree adjustment, and the ability to mount the lantern on a beam, hang it on a nail, or place it in any other convenient way. An interesting solution for working with a total station. This device on a characteristic tripod stand is often seen on construction sites and in municipal or landscaping areas. To increase range and accuracy, reflectors with movable prisms are used with the total station. And this variant is designed for installation on a nail. Leveling will help the built-in level. For ease of carrying, the upper and lower sections are removable. Well, and cost such a pleasure from $390 depending on the prism constant. Continuing the theme of simplicity and relevance, cable guides, no more twisting, and no more insulation damage. If necessary, the guides can be screwed on, and there are many variants. For example, a model with 2 rollers for cable diameters up to 4 inches and loads of up to 1.5 tons. Frames are made of steel. Rollers are made of aluminum. The combination is strong and light, so that guides weighing less than 6 pounds are available. Buying a model with 1 roller is offered for $87. Craftsman furniture makers have no time to be bored either. In the US alone, new home sales rose to 670,000 this January. Working fast without sacrificing precision is one of their competitive advantages. So this $25 kit is quite an investment, even for a private single handyman. First, the purchase will help with the installation of the guides, and then it will support the drawer that will walk on them. Convenient, practical, and precise thanks to the built-in non-slip pads and levels. It turns out that Julia Roberts has a room for knitting and sewing, and Katie Holmes got a sewing machine from Tom Cruise. In general, sewing is a hobby of at least Hollywood proportions. Manufacturers realize this and offer a whole mountain of tools. For example, this hole punch will come in handy for working with leather elements and will allow you to make a hole of 6 sizes up to 0.2 inches. And at the same time will help in other handmade projects because it will easily deal with cardboard, rubber, and plastic. Not bad for $12. According to UN experts, the world's demand for wood will almost double by 2050. So many equipment suppliers are preparing now. This felling wedge has remote control at a range of up to 328 feet and an emergency switch in case of problems. The load capacity of this unit is up to 25 tons. The lifting height is 2 inches. In difficult situations, the locking rimmy will help you out. In addition, the Clin is quite compact and lightweight. It weighs about 19 pounds without the battery, but the price tag is even more effective, $3,050. Once, American experts counted statistics on falls from stepladders. It turned out to be sad. 34,000 people who fell had to seek medical attention, and 15,500 missed at least 1 day of work. So $35 for such an accessory is quite justified. Mount it, and it holds tools, paint cans, and other loads up to 7 pounds. No more need to constantly go down for them or dangerously reach and then balance. So the risk of accidental falls is also reduced. The manufacturer is convinced that this is an innovation. What do you think? The Japanese giant Ryobi completes the release. This saw arrived from there today. It is part of the 18V Plus family, which includes more than 280 tools, so there will be no problems with finding batteries. In addition, the developers promise about 98 feet of cutting on a single charge. They offer to cut stone, tiles, paving stones, bricks, and glass. The maximum depth at an angle of 90 degrees is 1.6 inches, and for dust protection, a 20 fluid-ounce reservoir comes in handy. It's said to be the best in the industry. The price tag, including charging and a 4A battery, is $259. Knipex has come up with the perfect gift for lovers of various tools. It is the company that produces the world's smallest plumber's tongs. One of the models weighs only 62 grams and has a surprising length of 4 inches. However, this is not a toy but a fully functional tool with a working range of 1 inches. It is ideal for tight and narrow spaces. And for safety, it is equipped with a mechanism that does not allow you to pinch your fingers. Such pliers cost $42. This story would probably make even Apple nervous. Judge for yourself, Milwaukee Red Lithium headphones last 10 hours on a single charge, while Apple's second-generation earbuds Pro lasts 6 hours. Plus, Apple's case charge will last for 30 hours, while Milwaukee's will last for 70. In addition, the headphones from the toolmaker passively protect your ears thanks to foam and silicone ear molds. NRR noise reduction will be 25 dB and 22 dB, respectively. Complete with a case, cable, and several pairs of Milwaukee Red Lithium ear molds, the Milwaukee Red Lithium will cost $180. Makita is releasing a new product. The Japanese makers of professional power tools have made a compact, cordless microwave compatible with 40 VMAX XGT batteries. The same are on many saws, drills, trimmers, and other Makita tools. The oven has 2 modes of operation, 350 or 500 watts. Depending on the capacity of the batteries, warming food is realistic for up to 48 minutes in a row. Makita Jam weighs about 19.8 pounds, but the Japanese took this point into account, putting a convenient handle for carrying. But the price remains questions. Without a battery, the oven costs $847. Watch out for Dior, Chanel, Balenciaga, and the rest of the haute couture houses. Now you have to compete with Milwaukee. This company is associated more with tools, but it also produces a line of clothing, including heated jackets. These are powered by the M12 battery system, and in the updated version, they warm up 3 times faster and last 5 times longer. For example, one of the jackets can continuously warm for about 12 hours. It's nice that Americans have made both male and female models, and the price seems reasonable. $220 for a jacket with a battery and charger. I wonder how Steel got the idea to make a line of children's instruments. Maybe it's because it's a family-owned company? Whatever it is, the kids have been delighted with a blower, chainsaw, trimmer, and washer. The attention to detail is top-notch. For example, on the chainsaw, you can not only change the chain, but also adjust the volume level. Trimmer for safety receives soft rubber blades instead of fishing line, and the washer comes with 2 different attachments. All 4 tools will cost $240. It turns out that Milwaukee is not only good with clothes, but also with footwear. The company has come up with boots and sneakers that are not just for working on the construction site, but for working in. The shoes are easy to clean, yet they offer excellent protection from dust, water, and dirt. Comfort is provided by energy foam heel cushioning. The step-release heel allows for quick and easy removal of the shoe. To make it fit the foot as much as possible, Milwaukee has supplied the Bois system. It distributes the pressure evenly throughout the lacing. The Milwaukee shoe collection is brand new, so prices are kept secret for now. Snap-on also deals with tools and is quite successful. If you make a full catalog, there will be more than 20,000 items in it. The logical question is, where should Snap-on fans store their purchases? The logical answer is in a cabinet like this one from the same company. Snap-on has apparently looked at a wheelbarrow for a ride. How else to explain the 14 or 17-inch wheels, recessed lighting, and luxurious design? The drawers aren't easy either. The impulse design makes them easy to open and won't fall out. You can store an entire store in them. A standard cabinet will support about 7 tons of load. All in all, if you have $36,425 in your pocket, now you know what to spend it on. Klein Tools has been in business since 1857, and its tools are quite popular with telecommunications engineers. How serious is this? Well, for one, the company makes more than 165 variations of pliers, but sometimes gets distracted and makes bags, vests, carts, and even refrigerators. This one holds up to 24 beverage cans and keeps them cool for about 30 hours. Since the fridge can hold up to 136 pounds, you can sit on it. And the lid has a compartment for small things like pills, keys, and napkins. It costs a lot, about $80. DeWalt also likes to surprise. A limited edition toolkit in the style of the Formula One McLaren team is worth a lot. The company has also signed a sponsorship agreement with the Bournemouth Soccer Club, and in its leisure time it assembles such chargers for cigarette lighters. You can charge 2, 3, or 5 gadgets at the same time. The port provides 2.4 amps of output current, and a nice bonus is the limited lifetime warranty. The dual port model costs $19. The future of mowing is already here, claims Ryobi. The RoboYagi robotic lawnmower has to be promoted somehow. Although the best way to talk about it is not with advertising slogans, but with figures. For example, the top model, RoboYagi, is able to take care of an area of up to 32,000 square feet. Due to its clever design, the robot makes only 58 decibels of noise, so it is ideal for working at night. RoboYagi is not afraid of rain, uneven terrain, and slopes up to 24 degrees. And thanks to the Wi-Fi module and free app for iOS and Android, the robot is easy to control remotely. It's great to have a Makita power tool on the construction site because during breaks, you can pull out the battery, put it in the coffee machine, and enjoy a cup of ground or instant coffee. If there are a lot of people wanting coffee, that's okay. The Makita coffee maker produces a cup every 7 minutes. And with one battery, you can really get up to 5 cups. Of course, there are no fancy espresso or cappuccino modes here, but there is a sturdy body that is not afraid of bumps and falls, a convenient carrying handle, and a measuring spoon in the set with a mug. The Makita coffee machine without a battery sells for $135. This is what happens when a Glock custom pistol maker talks to a fan of Milwaukee products. Even though it's not an official project, it still looks cool. Well, for connoisseurs of more peaceful solutions, the Canadian brand Facade has already launched such revolvers. They do not shoot, but combine the functions of a cordless screwdriver and bit storage. There is a backlight, charge indicator, and electric reverse. And 180 revolutions per minute is enough for assembling or repairing furniture. How do you sell a power tool charger for $200? Here's a recipe from DeWalt. All you have to do is build an audio system and radio into it. 4 speakers, a subwoofer, and a bass resonator. That's the secret to good sound. You can connect to the miracle of technology via Bluetooth from a distance of up to 100 feet. The charging is suitable for DeWalt 12 VMAX and 20 VMAX batteries. Additionally, you can charge your phone. A USB port is available, and the charger is also powered from the battery or from a power outlet. Let's assume that the workers have taken an unscheduled break with the help of a Makita microwave and coffee maker, and the boss arrives just at that moment. Don't panic. You can tell him that cleaning is underway, and the Makita DRC 200 robot vacuum cleaner is doing it. Fair enough. It is designed for an area of up to 5,000 square feet, allows you to adjust the path of cleaning, and works in 2 modes, either only sweeps or also vacuums. There are also 2 controversial points. First, the robot is not suitable for uneven floors made of concrete or wood. Second, even without a battery, it costs about $910. This trap from Ryobi will solve problems with mosquitoes, gnats, and other similar insects within a radius of 16 feet. The principle of operation is as follows. Insects fly to ultraviolet waves, land on the mesh, and die from electrical discharges. No more spirals and plates with unpleasant odor. The basic kit comes with the trap itself, an 18-volt and 2 A1+ battery, and chargers. It's nice that Ryobi also included a brush for cleaning the tray with dead insects. Depending on the mode of operation, the battery will last for 2 or 4 hours. The kit costs $200. Another entertaining story from DeWalt is the Organizer tablet. It is super convenient if you need to sign invoices and all that on a regular basis. There is a lot of space inside. You can fit A4 sheets, pens, business cards, and gadgets. Built-in LED lighting allows you to sort papers in the dark. And the organizer is also part of the TS TAC modular system, so it can be attached to many toolboxes. Not bad for $35. The bright finale of the issue is left to Makita. Why not? Because the Japanese giant has just introduced an LED flashlight. And not a simple one, but with a radio and the ability to recharge gadgets. Depending on the battery, the radio will work up to 44 hours and the lighting up to 16. You can adjust not only brightness, but also color temperature. And there are 4 lighting modes: 360 degrees, 3-sided flashlight, and strobe. Without batteries, it sells for $159. Colosseum, Milan Cathedral, Mole Antonelliana in Turin. Italy is full of architectural monuments of very old age. To keep them happy for many generations of tourists and locals, engineers have to constantly improve their protection, for example, against earthquakes. Only last year, there were more than 16,000 of them on the Italian territory. It's a good thing there's a company called Olympus. Its architectural first aid kit has a whole line of products from special resins to protective overlays made of carbon and aramid fibers. They make both wooden beams and solid reinforced concrete slabs stronger. They also provide better resistance to bending and shear. surgery, remote training courses, programs for the Mars rover Curiosity, where only the lenses and augmented reality glasses Microsoft HoloLens shone. With their help, you can also look into the future of the construction business. A special version of HoloLens 2 XR10 Trimble Edition glasses stands out even externally, as it comes with a construction helmet. They've also worked on the hardware, so it's a matter of minutes to combine the virtual replica with a real building. Bonus for customers who do not know about construction. It is enough to walk around the site with these glasses on, and they will show possible violations. And novice builders will surely appreciate the training videos, which can be played right during the work process if necessary. Hager Unibar is a slightly more specific development. It is a trunk busbar system used in factories, nuclear power plants, and shipyards. Essentially, any location where a substantial current is required daily. In the Unibar version, the busbar system is designed for 4,000 amps. It consists of only 8 basic components, allowing it to be easily modified, expanded, and further developed during installation, thus circumventing any issues that may arise. During installation, workers use reliable solutions like single-bolt power clamps and shear bolts. The results of the Unibar implementation can also be viewed through BIM, a digital model of the facility. Additionally, the developers recommend using a busbar system for data transmission as well. The craftsmen are working on the foundation of a house with an area of about 1,200 square feet. They are using cold-journed technology, which makes it possible to completely eliminate the need for concrete. The key elements of the foundation will be steel blocks filled with 2 layers of foam glass panels. The work will require a 3-man crew and a truck crane, but exorbitant costs will be avoided. This technology allows the foundation and frame to be assembled in a single day. The approximate cost per square foot is $11. Cold-journed also presents a unique challenge for architects, as it is suitable for wooden-framed buildings up to 5 stories high. Environmentally, all materials can either be reused or recycled. Stilum grids are a real salvation for officials who want to add comfort to their subordinate territories. They are suitable for playgrounds and for areas that were previously unclear how to improve, such as strips of land next to roads. The thing is that grass is planted in the space between stylum cells. Beautiful, and the grids themselves are soft, like playground flooring, but still strong enough to mount a swing on top. Stylum is a flexible solution in every sense. That is, it fits perfectly even in an uneven area, and its thickness reaches about 2.6 inches, so we are also looking at an island in case of rain. Excalibur is not a remake of the Tales of King Arthur, but a new construction technology. Normally, when it comes to a large building or structure, steel beams are required. It's expensive and time-consuming, so you'll have to be patient. But why do it when you can try Excalibur? This technology offers a structure like this, which only needs to be assembled. Rafters, columns, beams. Thanks to the abundance of parts, the customer can order anything, even a warehouse like the one in the video. By the way, the factory produced all its components in 3 days. The developers use 0.07-inch thick galvanized steel and special rivets for connection. The The developers of VertEdge are the proud owners of the STC Innovative Product Award 2023. What have they invented? Maybe a high-tech robot builder? No, we're talking about a down-to-earth artificial turf fixing system. The fact is that around the perimeter, it often rests on tiles, fences, and other obstacles, and the workers agonize over how to handle the joints. That's where VertEdge comes in. It's a simple system of strips that allow you to twist and glue the edges of the lawn. It's similar to what is used for carpeting. The developers believe that this is the only option that guarantees 100% reliability and is also suitable for public areas. The strips are invisible, do not rot, and the fasteners do not stick out. Beautiful. A set of 10 pieces and a pack of glue costs $73 and covers about 24 feet. If you've ever walked on temporary flooring, you're more than likely already familiar with Robotic. This company supplies millions of square feet of advanced flooring all over the world. Among other things, it is known for iTrack super durable boards, which are even relevant for the military. A square yard of iTrack road can withstand static loads of up to 220 tons. At the same time, one slab weighs about 33 pounds, so one worker can pave up to 1 square feet per hour. Sand, snow, mud, whatever the conditions, no surface preparation is required. Additionally, iTrack is a year-round solution. The board material can withstand temperatures from 185 degrees Fahrenheit down to minus 76 degrees Fahrenheit. Do you know how bad Hurricane Irma was? It took a new word to describe the result of its rampage, Irmageddon. And the exact damage hasn't been calculated yet. Estimates suggest something between $3.5 and $6.5 billion. Amazingly, some houses were found to have survived the impact of the storm. In particular, homes from the U.S. company Deltec Homes stood out. The management didn't keep it a secret and shared the principles behind their construction. The octagonal shape means better streamlining and thus reduced wind load. The layout of the floors and roofs resembles the spokes of an umbrella. In addition, typical slabs can withstand static loads of up to 28 pounds per square foot. Yes, the company has every right to say that its houses are built to last. Cracked and sagging roads are a headache for drivers and for authorities, especially on major highways like US 36. The traffic here is heavy, so the repair team needed speed, and more speed. Engineers decided to use geofoam blocks, and they were right. All repair work was completed in just 2 months. Restoring the highway to full capacity took the coordinated work of a huge number of people. A group of 6 plants produced more than 6,100 blocks. Drivers of more than 200 trucks delivered them, and workers, like ants, quickly transported these styrofoam cubes, each with typical dimensions of 8 feet by 4 feet by 3.3 feet, to the necessary points. Historically, Venice is a city of bridges and canals, as well as art and artisans. It is in the Venetian lagoon that the island of Murano is located, known for its incredibly beautiful glass. Is it any wonder that bricks like these are called Venetian bricks? You can come across them anywhere, from Chanel and Hermes boutiques to an epically beautiful high-rise in Australia. Incidentally, 7,380 bricks were handmade especially for it. On average, one such brick weighs about 10 pounds. Hans Sulzer had no idea how to reduce noise and reverberation, and this lack of knowledge was his greatest asset. The experts told him there were proven solutions, so he should follow them. However, Sulzer relied on his intuition and came up with Busbar. Today, these sound-absorbing panels are even in the official residence of the US President in the White House and on 6 other continents. Surprisingly, they are structurally quite simple. A layer of acoustic plaster made of fine marble sand is formed on the support panel. But Busbar is a case in point where everything is calibrated to perfection. For example, installation is so simple that a room of up to 530 square feet can be completed in 24 hours, and the panels are also suitable for historic buildings with atypical ceiling shapes and for restaurants where guests can hear each other better. Ricochet is a flexible wall protection similar to wallpaper. It is ideal for public places with high traffic, such as clinics, because it withstands regular contact with isopropyl alcohol and hydrogen peroxide and can easily clean permanent marker, spray paint, and other difficult stains. Ricochet will not take up much space. The thickness of the particularly durable top layer is about 0.04 inches. The developers have not forgotten about the design. The protection is available in a multitude of colors and textures, and applying Ricochet is no more difficult than wallpaper. Clay soils have the unpleasant property of bulging at the most unexpected moment. If construction is planned in a problematic area, the classic way of protection is a cellular polymer block. It should be laid under the foundation, allowing the soil to have a reserve for movement, but that's yesterday's way of doing things. Premcrete offers a more innovative solution. Among other advantages, it saves about $1.50 per square foot. Meet the Void Tech Tread. It's foldable, so 532 treads will fit in the back of the same truck that carried 70 polymer blocks. Even when unfolded, Void Tech is very difficult to damage. It does not crumble or break, but can be cut with a utility knife. Additionally, the manufacturer is ready not only to sell standard blocks, but also to make them to order. You don't need any more mortar. Just glue, water, a dispenser, and you're ready to go. Isn't this a mason's dream? A craftsman with 35 years of experience has already tried out the blocks that make this method possible. He finished the job 73% faster. I wonder what speed beginners will show. For them, this is also a great option. The fact is that there is no need to adjust the height of the blocks, and the bending and tensile strength of the adhesive composition is much higher than that of traditional mortar. Moreover, about 6 blocks will be enough per square foot. Less dragging, more doing. Now 3 people can finish a 430 square foot basement in just one day. The Lixel X1 is so compact that it arrives on the spot in a suitcase. It's so light that you can carry it with one hand or even entrust it to a drone. It's so advanced that listing all the advantages would take half the issue. Let's keep it short. It's a scanner that creates 3D models of the environment in real time. Well, almost. You still have to wait about 5 seconds. But thanks to SLAM technology, you can view the data without interrupting the scan. Its range is also impressive, from 2 inches to 394 feet. The accuracy is also excellent at plus or minus 0.8 inches. And to ensure that the process does not stall at the most interesting moment, The Lixel X1 offers 1.5 hours of continuous operation from a single charge. If the lighting in the barn is properly designed, milk production can increase by 15%. This is also why farmers are eager to buy these panels. They allow maximum use of the sun's rays without having to turn on artificial lighting. Since the panels are often made of fiberglass, they are easy to install in every sense. For example, you can find options that will add about 5 pounds of load per square foot and perfectly stand even on a roof with a modest angle of inclination of 5 degrees. Amoco supports construction projects that utilize local building materials. It sounds as dry as possible, but both the customer and the environment benefit, at least in terms of shorter truck trips. But what to do if nothing is produced near the construction site? Look underfoot, namely at clay, limestone, and the like. For example, when building an ornithological center in the Swiss town of Sempak, the walls were made of earth. It was laid in a formwork 160 feet long, then compacted, cut, dried, and built. And in France, Amoco specialists helped with a special concrete. The mixture of limestone and clay used for it was generally considered quarry waste. No more fiddling with mallets. A machine with the logical name road printer literally prints roads. Paving stones are loaded on one side and, for example, a pedestrian zone comes out on the other. You can walk on it immediately, and the quality is such that compared to hand paving, the road printer is 4 times stronger. The working width of the technique reaches up to 20 feet. Several block and pattern variants are available to operators at once. It would seem that what more to wish for, but the developers went further and assembled the Road Printer Eco. This is the first all-electric machine for this kind of work. It is 3 times faster than the previous model, less prone to malfunctions, and can count on a generous subsidy from the Dutch government. An alternative to paving slabs, paving stones, asphalt, and concrete drove up to the final issue. Workers lay self-binding gravel. The loose material is supplemented with special additives which help it turn into a smooth and pleasant surface for walking. The standard final thickness of the coating is approximately 2 inches, and laying depends on the weather, usually taking 1 to 2 weeks. Among the trump cards of this coating is the natural look, which fits perfectly into the theme of golf clubs, recreation centers, and gardens. Such machines are also quite relevant for independent amateur projects. They allow you to make tiles and curbs or cinder blocks. With Vibromaster standard 260 V1 molding cycle takes from 60 to 90 seconds. So it is quite realistic to reach, for example, 260 blocks per shift, especially if you work with a team of 2 people. There are a lot of molds for Vibromaster standard 260V on the market. There is even a variant that allows you to make blocks with a bite on one side longer and wider, so you can direct your building enthusiasm to a wide variety of projects, from staircase walkways to 3-story houses. Purchase such a useful machine is offered for $32. You can change the curtains and wallpaper even every month, but you can't do that with walls. That's why the developers remind us, hot block is extremely important to choose the material for them carefully. Otherwise, it will be uncomfortable in the house. Why should you buy exactly hot block? Here are a few advantages according to the developers. First, these blocks are quite light, since they consist of expanded clay concrete and polystyrene foam. Second, they are larger than bricks, so the work is much faster. On a square meter of wall will be enough about 7 pieces. And third, the blocks are equipped with a tongue and groove system, which saves mortar on vertical joints. And of course, the coarse block is vapor permeable, but at the same time very effective in terms of thermal insulation solutions. According to analysts at the Ember Center, more than 60 countries will generate about 10% of their electricity with wind and solar in 2022. A great review summarizing the Heliotech team's development. They've made an organic photohalomonic film. It's like a solar panel, but thinner, less than 1 inch, and it's also flexible, lighter, and a quarter more efficient. In South Korean projects, 712 films on one building provided a peak power output of 37.7 kilowatts. Another unusual feature of Heliotech's development is the different colors. The film can be made blue, gray, or green. Since it transmits 50% of light, it is suitable for windows, creating a shading effect. And in some cases during installation, it will be possible to do without fasteners. It will be enough to put the film on the glue. For lovers of interior works, we have also found a very original thing. This is EverPanel, space delimitation panels. Do you want to make several rooms in the loft or divide the areas of responsibility in the office? It doesn't matter. EverPanel will always help you out. 2 people are enough, and a 100 feet long wall will stand up in about half an hour. That is, even a small team can work on many orders in a day. Sounds profitable, especially since you can start projects in 3D Constructor. So the client will clearly see the future result. And there is no need to worry about tools. EverPanel panels are joined and separated manually. A wall with a length of 9 feet and a height of 7 feet will cost $2,985. Perry UK is one of the world's largest formwork manufacturers, which means you can't go past its developments. Fortunately, there is plenty to see. Perry Skydeck formwork is so versatile that it is suitable for both residential and industrial construction. It can be used for slab thicknesses up to and including yards. Depending on the specifics of the project in general and the concrete in particular, Perry Skydeck can be removed after only 24 hours. The formwork is aluminum, so it is quite light. The heaviest component weighs 33 pounds. However, Skydeck can withstand loads of up to 330 pounds per square meter and is therefore perfectly suited even for large-scale projects such as the 3-tower South Quay Plaza development in London. Experts once calculated how much drinking water is lost in the United States due to deteriorating pipes. And it turned out that about 528 billion gallons are poured into nowhere every year. If very roughly, that's half of the Mediterranean Sea. So, SPR technology is one of those technologies that is needed even yesterday. It can fix pipes made of any material, from plastic to concrete, and it doesn't require digging up half the street. An SPR repair looks like this. A pipe layer climbs into the old pipe and pulls a flexible plastic profile like a huge spider. The new pipe is formed from it coil by coil. Do not worry about the reliability of the profile. It is not simple, but with the rest of the reinforcement. In this way, you can give a second life to pipes with a diameter of up to 18 feet, and SPR repair is also very environmentally friendly. The amount of machinery needed is many times less, which means that there are not so many emissions. Wood, but made of concrete? What kind of magic? Now these masters will show you how it works. Everything starts with formwork. A steel bar of square cross-section is recommended. Next, pouring concrete. With it, there is also a nuance. It is desirable that it contains fiber and plasticizer. The resulting solution is required to smooth and, without waiting for drying, turn into a tiramisu. Okay, in fact, this is a powder tint for concrete. It will provide the desired wooden color. Take a break. We wait until the moisture is gone and then the fun begins. It's time to make the surface look boarded up. To do this, we use stamping. If you bother, you can even add imitation nails. And of course, do not forget about the expansion and expansion joint, and a good finishing touch will be varnish. Enviromesh craftsmen specialize in working with gabions, that is, they make frames that are then filled with fluffy material like crushed stone or large stones. The resulting blocks can be used to build a retaining wall, a fence, an unusual building exterior, and many other useful things. Enviromesh is willing to take on even large projects. For example, the screen shows an incredible amount of work: 18 layers of geogrid and 2,000 cubic yards of welded gabions. The final structure protects one of the British slopes from erosion and people from rockfalls. The company writes that the average turnaround time is 5 to 7 days and even offers such an unusual service as gabion landscape design. SmartMix is an innovation in the world of construction, the developers believe. This is a bold statement considering the fact that this compound appeared on the US market in the early 80s. What is it for? SmartMix replaces masonry mortar, and it does it really effectively. Where 45 pounds of mortar was required, 1 pound of SmartMix is enough. In addition, the composition is suitable for applying a thin enough layer, which allows you to save on plaster. Plus, the work with SmartMix is neater and up to 3 times faster compared to mortar. Bricks or blocks? It does not matter. The main thing is that they should be relatively clean, without sand and oil traces. SmartMix dries in about 72 hours, and the open package can be sealed and stored for up to 30 days without loss of quality. To put it simply, EPS, these are balls for thermal sound and vibration insulation. And if we go deeper into chemistry and other sciences, then on the screen, expanded polystyrene foam. The material has a honeycomb structure, and 98% consists of air, known as the best heat insulator on our planet. Not counting, of course, the expensive inert gases. As a result, EPS balls are 20% more efficient than standard fiber insulation. They also don't crack, don't settle, don't fear water, and don't rot. A few small holes are most often enough to fill cavities, so plus the savings on materials and tools. Also, the company EcoSpray Foam Systems, whose masters you see on the screen, covers the balls with a layer of glue. This prevents them from falling out of the walls during further repair work. We're in the city of Leerdam, Netherlands, One of the local houses would be lucky enough to go down in history. It was the first in Europe to receive a prefabricated elevator from Cone. Previously, residents were tormented in a cramped cubicle, frankly not even ready for wheelchairs and ambulance gurneys. And now, there is a Cone Monospace 500 in the house. This new elevator can accommodate up to 15 people, withstands up to 2,500 pounds, and travels between floors at a speed of 5 feet per second. The elevator has a height limitation of 230 feet, but no more is needed as this model is designed for low to mid-rise homes. Customers can choose from 52 variants of cabin design and order not one elevator, but a whole group of up to 4 pieces. All fences are like fences, but Modular Walls has a premium solution for modern cities. Installation is done in 4 simple steps: pits, posts, rails, panels. There are options with flush mounting. If desired, the fence can be made brighter. Acrylic paint is perfect for this. The height of the panel reaches 7 feet. The thickness, 2 inches. They are perfectly combined with lighting and other accessories, and also slightly muffled noise. Modular Walls writes that the installation is well within the power of the buyer himself. Good news if you know the price for 1 square meter of fence from $89 without taxes, delivery, and installation. But what did you want? Premium class. Now it's time to work on the pipes. In order not to leak anywhere, craftsmen use such solutions known under the common name of penetrations. There are a lot of variants in use because the penetrations are made for smoke, ventilation, and other pipes. The diameters also do not have to complain. You can easily seal holes with a diameter of at least 4 inches, even 24 inches. Yes, and compatibility with roofing materials is a wide range. Even on shingles or on corrugated sheet components will stand as required. For example, the solution is called Master Flash, which is a plastic cone easily mounted on a corrugated surface at an angle of 45 degrees. Find the sinkers on sale for about $16 each. We usually spend more than 90% of our time in various rooms, according to LikeOS. By an unbelievable coincidence, it is ready to make these very rooms much more pleasant and lively. It is enough to put this modular garden and a boring office will literally play with new colors. The plant box garden is made of self-watering modules. 1 square meter weighs about 150 pounds. So for reliability, plant box is usually attached to a supporting wall. It is quite easy to adjust the dimensions. The height should be a multiple of 8 inches and the width 24 inches. The depth of the garden is 6 inches. The plant is chosen by the client. Additional waterproofing is not necessary, and with watering will quite cope with automation. Or you can turn it on yourself via Wi-Fi once every 2 weeks. Critics will say that it is not a good idea to use cement bags in this way. However, this craftsman is unlikely to serve them. He has already wasted effort, money, and rebar, and a decent amount of time since he waited a whole winter. Thanks to water and the forces of nature, the bags have hardened properly. If you want, you can peel off the packaging, but for now, the master is busy with further leveling of the site. I wonder if he is working on a whim or on instructions from the network. In any case, such a wall is a simple, rather budget option, which can be done even by self-made people. The main thing is not to get tired carrying bags weighing dozens of kilograms each. Derrick specialists believe that wood is the building material of the future. Statistics speak in their favor. For example, in the USA, the share of wooden houses in the total volume of construction was above 90%, and in Japan it is above 40%. In addition, reminds Derrick's, specialized forestry farms are actively working so that the issues with ecology are settled. In general, it is time to take on large-scale tasks, such as the expansion of Oslo Airport. For this project, Derrick's engineers chose glulam and oak laths and successfully added about 120,000 square feet of space to the terminal. Other Derrick's projects also look worthy. For example, in the German city of Mulheim an der Ruhr, there is a wooden hangar for airships with a span of more than 130 feet, 1,500 parts created with millimeter precision and 82+ feet of height. It's beautiful. The Westenbert Arboretum is of interest for several reasons. Firstly, it is quite large, about 600 acres. Secondly, it is patronized by Camilla, the British Queen Consort. And thirdly, it is where this magnificent walkway stands. It rises on 50 solid larch supports, stretches for 980 feet, and allows you to enjoy the view from a 40-foot height. The customers wanted the walkway to be relevant all year round, comfortable for people with disabilities as well as not damaging tree roots. An important point, because the construction was taking place in the densest part of the Arboretum. Bureau Happold specialists took on this very difficult challenge, and thanks to the experience of working closely together with representatives of the Arboretum, as well as Autodesk robot programs, they coped perfectly. What a new attraction. Another construction issue, which means another formwork. This time, let's evaluate the option from Max Frank. The specialists from this company have helped with projects such as the railway station in Born, Switzerland, and the waste treatment plant in Kalmar, Sweden, so they know their business and use the latest technology. Pekafil Formwork is one of them. It comes in two versions. The first one is a classic, which is perfect for strip foundations. The second one is distinguished by the increased size of the panels, which, moreover, are made of groundwater-neutral material. This formwork is useful for reinforcing the walls of excavations. Both Pekafil variants are suitable for manual work, do not require heavy machinery, and are environmentally friendly. And they are good for both fixed and reusable formwork. Gate Precast also has its own plans for building facades around the world. It offers Gate Light. These are panels that form an additional outer shell. They look like parts from a toy house, but they carry very real benefits. For one thing, Gate Light is fast. The panels are delivered to the site assembled, including with the windows installed. Workers only have to put them together like parts of a construction kit. Secondly, the panels provide air, thermal, and vapor insulation. This means that they are suitable even for facilities such as hospital schools with high demands on these aspects. And thirdly, Gate Light is a solution that complies with the NFPA 285 fire resistance standard. Alucobond is the world market leader in aluminum composite panels. They are beautiful and durable, and if necessary, they can be customized according to the customer's wishes. For example, it is possible to order non-combustible filler between the sheets. All this is fine, but why should customers choose Alucobond panels? Let's think about it. The world leader probably has someone cheaper. That's when the company pulls out of its sleeve a trump card called Easy Fix. This mounting system is a kind of hybrid, combining the reliability of installation as with welding and ease of operation, characteristic of the installation of cassette panels. EasyFix is suitable for horizontal and vertical installation, as well as for working with 2-inch wide profiles. And of course, it is a concealed installation option, which means that aesthetics will also be at its best. Aztec is a pool that buyers can easily assemble on their own. After leveling the surface and installing the concrete slab, a team of 3 people usually takes between 5 and 8 hours. At the same time, buyers can either choose one of the standard pool shapes or order a unique one. In any case, the design will be so well thought out that all its components will pass through an ordinary doorway. It is not for nothing that the developers have issued a patent. Also, the pool will please with stainless steel hardware and materials resistant to mold, UV radiation, abrasion, and corrosion. And the 10-micron water filter features a large capacity and lasts about a month. Aztec manufacturers in Europe and offer a 10-year warranty. Good office acoustics help employees concentrate 48% better and reduce their stress by 27%. And poor acoustics in a hospital can cause patients' blood pressure to rise and their heart rate to increase. That's why bi-vino panels are an essential upgrade for virtually any room. Thanks to the combination of the lamella structure and felt backing, sounds are absorbed rather than reflected. This applies to a wide frequency spectrum, for example from 125 to 4000 Hz, as well as unwanted resonances. The panels can even be fixed to walls with a 1.8-inch gap if required, and they also have the unique feature of being the industry's only flame-retardant felt solution. It meets the IAN 13823 standard, which applies at ES level. The developers of the unique polyester felt are to be thanked for this.
One cutter, many bearings. This is roughly the motto of the seller of these kits. The main audience is woodworkers and furniture makers. The sets are useful for rounding off the edges of parts. Available cutters with shank from 0.20 inches and the same diameter. A set of 6 cutters, 8 bearings, and a screw wrench costs a solid $279. However, given the fresh statistics from the US, where new home sales rose about 7% this January to about $670,000, the purchase will clearly pay off. On the screens is a conceptual drilling system that would come in handy even in the aerospace industry. The idea is this. In many cases, holes have to be drilled from the inside while in a tight space. This is necessary so that they match up exactly with other holes. But why agonize when the concept allows you to drill from the outside and with perfect accuracy and the position of the previously prepared holes? No more misalignment and no more holes crawling on top of each other. We put the miracle with a vacuum suction cup, turn on the ultrasonic rangefinder and focus on the colored indicators. According to the author's estimates, the size of the system is 8 by 6 inches, weighing about 4 pounds. He has already assembled and presented a demo concept, but whether something like this will be mass-produced is not yet known. In 2019, members of the UK Parliament had to adjourn the House of Commons for a very specific reason. The roof leaked in the building. To avoid such bloopers, experienced craftsmen use moisture meters. These are devices that allow you to quickly find where the leaks are. The model with screens sees the condition of the roof at a depth of up to 6 inches. One person can carry out the inspection. The moisture meter fits into a compact suitcase and is equipped with wheels. The weight of the model is about 22 pounds, about the same as a bicycle, And 3 sensitivity ranges allow you to adjust to different types of roofs and always get accurate results. The speed of work on flat roofs in the neighborhood of 100,000 square feet per day, and ask for a boomer about $8,000. Craftsmen will not be left without work with these sprayers, which allow them to apply paints, enamels, impregnations, and other materials. The tool is adapted for both horizontal and vertical work. For example, you can make a textured popcorn ceiling, spraying speed up to 0.7 quarts per minute. The tank capacity is about 1 gallon. Thanks to the built-in turbine, there is no need to buy an additional compressor, and lock-and-go technology simplifies assembly, disassembly, and cleaning. The kit comes with 3 nozzles, which combined with 3 spray modes make the atomizer more versatile and suitable for large volumes of various tasks. Oh, and the price is a reasonable $112. And this tool will allow you to carefully and quickly remove the doors, for example, before starting repairs to avoid scratches and other defects. The younger model lifts up to 264 pounds, the older model up to 440 pounds. The manufacturer suggests using them also for cabinets, containers, and other heavy things. The design is so simple that even an absolute beginner in repair work will understand. Thanks to a convenient pedal, the weights are moved smoothly and without dangerous jerks. The main material is nickel-plated metal, and the price is either $37 or $75. Just now, experts decided to calculate how many golf courses there are in the United States. They came up with over 17,000. Imagine the amount of work needed to keep them in playing condition. So the experts in this field have some very interesting tools, like this cutter. The depth of cut is adjustable from 0.60 to 0.90 inches. You can work on grass of any height of any type. For example, meadow bluegrass is often chosen for areas near the holes. The tool is ideal if you need to work on a small area, for example, damage due to the breakdown of the irrigation system. And the price, like a golf ball, flies far and high to the mark of $535. This rotary nozzle can be used both for concrete maintenance and for repairs, for example, to roughen the concrete. Degreasing, stripping, rubber removal, dusting, no problem. The universal nozzle allows bringing the working pressure up to 3,200 psi. It is available in several versions with different numbers of nozzles up to 10 and for different water flow rates up to 60 gallons per minute. The speed control is super simple. It is enough to slide the protective cover. The nozzle weighs about 2 pounds, but it also has a reduced vibration level and a patented sealing system. The price is available on request. Compact but powerful solutions for a wide range of craftsmen, from plumbers and tilers to restorers and welders. Concrete, tile, metal, stone, wood, no problem. The tool offers a kilowatt of power and up to 19,500 revolutions per minute. At the same time, it weighs 5 pounds and is thoughtfully designed to work in hard-to-reach places, but is not devoid of a nozzle under the dust extractor hose. The set comes with several discs, diamond for 2 inches and grinding for 1.90 inches with different grits, 80, 180, and 320. And all this is collected in a practical bag, also coming in the kit. The price of the question, $379. Continues the release of a slightly more specialized tool. Stapler for installing the grounding wire on LEP poles. It is designed for 2 by 1 inch staples. The capacity of the clip is up to 40 pieces, just enough for 1 pole. The main materials are aluminum and steel. The stapler weighs about 4 pounds and is designed to reduce the risk of falling staples or puncturing gloves. A built-in ruler helps you keep track of the distance between staples. A ring is provided for hanging and storing the stapler. In addition, a clever stop prevents the staples from being driven too deep, so you don't have to redo anything. However, they ask for all this pleasure is decent. $150 for the stapler and $172 for a pack of 480 staples. The only pipe sealing ring on the market that gives a clear answer to the question of whether it is installed correctly. The thing is that when tightening the bolts, the connection reliability indicator is activated. That is, you can work without a torque wrench and the risk of under or over tightening. The ring is suitable for sanitary and gas pipes and cable ducts. There are no loose parts, nuts from the factory built into the pressure plates, gas and water resistance of about 5 psi. Of the materials available are EPDM and NBR rubber. The first is better electrical and acid resistance. The second is more resistant to petroleum products such as gasoline and fuel oil. And installation is possible on pipes with an outside diameter of up to 16 inches and is so simple that the video instruction was put into 3 minutes. The price is available on request. A useful tool for cable workers, the shears allow you to carefully cut copper and aluminum cable with an outer diameter of up to 2 inches. The trick is the ratchet mechanism, which minimizes the effort required for cutting, minimizing the risk of damage. The scissors are 12 inches long and weigh 800 grams. The main thing to remember is that they are not suitable for steel cables and find $236 in your wallet. Well, what did you want? The manufacturer draws attention to the fact that this is a professional level tool. Precision enthusiasts are closer to screens. This French torque wrench gets an LCD display, as well as a buzzer and LEDs to monitor tightening. The range of the 307 model is from 10 to 340 foot-pounds. 9 torque values can be preset. There is also enough memory space for 250 torque values obtained during operation. Operation is reduced to a single button and therefore consumes a minimum of time. The accuracy of the key is plus or minus 2%. For convenience, a gyroscope is built in, and since the interface on all models of wrenches is the same, it is easier to update the working arsenal. The price is $428. How do you sell stepladders for $385 for an entry-level model? Here's a solution from an American company. It is necessary to offer not just a stepladder, but practically a mobile fortress. Actually, this is how the ladder was named, and the point is to hold the worker as securely as possible. Installation takes place on the principle of one person, one movement, 1 second. The entry-level model weighs 13 pounds and can support 170 pounds. Among the cool features, automatic sashes and a smart last step. You step on it and it beeps. And the circular guardrail has a panel for tools, so you no longer have to run back and forth for them when working alone.
Even sawing logs turns into an art form when a variety of guides enter the scene. Both humans and neural networks are eagerly involved in their development. Today, the top QSC team will present the result of their efforts. Their guide transforms a chainsaw into something like a milling machine. The resulting hybrid cuts logs into blanks up to 11 inches thick. It is made of aluminum and steel and is suitable for combination with chainsaws with a bar no longer than 36 inches. "75% of accidents on U.S. construction sites involve falls from ladders. That results in a loss of $24 billion a year. Treatment, rehabilitation, legal fees, the number of costly expense items is enormous. However, ladder manufacturers have yet to reach a consensus on exactly how to keep workers safe. Fortunately, enthusiasts from around the world are working to solve this problem. For example, an Australian father and son team developed the lockjaw ladder grip. This clip attaches to the gutter in 5 seconds and stabilizes the ladder to prevent wobbling. A pair of ladder grips can support a static load of 220 pounds and cost $260. A table, workbench, gantry, scaffolding, universal platform, cart, and underbed are combined into one product. This is how Diston designs. The maximum load that this piece of engineering ingenuity can withstand reaches 330 pounds. There are 2 height options, 20 inches. The tabletop is made of plastic, the legs are aluminum, and the frame is steel. A built-in ruler and protractor are pleasant surprises. And the image of a worthwhile purchase is completed by its price of $140. Pico Pipe is a modest-looking tool that conceals brilliant engineering solutions. It allows dust-free cleaning of metal pipes from 2 to 8 inches in diameter. It uses pressurized aluminum oxide for perfect results. The cleaning level is SA3 SP5, meaning Pico pipe removes all visible rust, scale, paint, and contamination. The result is uniformly white or gray metal, and the aforementioned aluminum oxide is reusable, so work progresses quickly. How surprising is Kickstarter sometimes? You're browsing through endless multi-tools and smart gadgets, and then you see a 9-in-1 welder. Its creators are sure that it will fit perfectly into the workshops of both pros and amateurs. The purchase will allow you to get creative with MIG, FCAW, MMA, and other welding options. It also includes a plasma cutter, sufficient for steel workpieces up to 0.5 inches thick. All these features are packed into a case the size of a small PC. And the weight of the machine is pleasant, only 35 pounds. If you like it, Google the name Top Juke and prepare about $480. EcoSkate EcoFlex rollers may seem too simple for our issue, but exactly until you hear their specifications. The top model Rotoflex XL-NY withstands up to 26,400 pounds of load. Such powerful casters are a real lifesaver if you need to move heavy equipment. In the process, it can be rotated 360 degrees, and for especially difficult cases, the casters are supplemented with proprietary traction bars and axles. Not surprisingly, the price of a single caster easily passes $1,500. The Gevork's nail gun is a mounting gun for working with fasteners like dowel nails. It is powder actuated and powerful enough to help even in the case of masonry or steel structural elements. The impact force is adjustable in 5 levels by unscrewing special plugs. In the kit that pleasantly go not only safety glasses, but also earplugs. Well, the main wow factor is the price of $24.5. I wonder how long such a purchase will last. What's in my pocket? You wouldn't expect someone asking that question to efficiently retrieve a printer. This little guy named P1L was invented to keep order on construction sites. It prints text, graphs, cougar codes, and even photos. All of this can be selected from your smartphone by communicating with the printer via Bluetooth. The stickers are water and tear resistant. About a full charge, the P1L will last for 12 hours of thoughtful labeling. A basic kit of the printer, access to the proprietary app, and print rolls will cost $99. The unit called Sunjo 24V PSI Ion Max continues to be released. The list of its advantages is no less long. This is a cordless model, ideal for cleaning asphalt, cement, tiles, and paving stones. 2 speeds, 1,800 revolutions per minute, will leave no chance for dirt, debris, moss, and other frequency breakers. Brushes are made of nylon, so that even with powerful bristles 5.5 inches long, it will not damage the coating. For spraying water, an ordinary garden hose is connected to the device, and this method of cleaning costs $229. For its $52.50 price tag, the Sealy performs quite well. It mounts to the wall with a vacuum and effectively collects drilling dust. The optional Sealy offers 2 bubble levels and a laser for more precise hole positioning. The dust collector is designed for drill bits up to 0.47 inches in diameter and weighs 0.46 pounds. Until scientists create robotic benders like Bender from Futurama, craftsmen are content with the Robend 4000E. This tool is perfect for plumbers and installers and, crucially, is equipped with a rechargeable battery. A full charge is enough for 60 bends of 1.1-inch copper pipes. At its maximum capacity, the Robend 4000E can also bend 1.4 inches. Composite and steel pipes are also suitable. The bending angle reaches 180 degrees. The tool weighs about 28.6 pounds and costs $3,480. Knipex Bix is a practical pocket-sized pipe cutter. It comes in handy for plumbers and electricians and allows them to cut pipes with a diameter of 0.8 to 2 inches quickly and accurately. No chipping or chips. The main thing is that the pipe is not reinforced, and the wall thickness does not exceed 0.09 inches. Knipex will also cut ceiling sleeves, plus the creators have provided a small compartment for 2 replacement blades. What more could you want from a tool for $44? The designers of the CPK hybrid screed gun have combined performance and freedom in one package. There's a 120-volt outlet nearby. Use it. Not convenient? Switch to battery power. The 2A capacity is good enough for 8,000 tie-downs. The developers have not rested on this and improved the stuffing of the gun so that it processes up to 92 ties per minute. And for additional time savings on reloading, the CPK hybrid is equipped with a coil for 5,000 ties. The Works Nitro WX031 cordless vacuum cleaner fits any location from the car interior to the garage. It combines dry and wet cleaning, works with up to 6 PowerShare family batteries, and offers 2 attachments, 2 power modes, and a hose that extends up to 6.5 feet. A great combination for tackling clutter. The vacuum can hold 2.1 gallons of dry and 0.8 gallons of wet debris. And for carrying, it comes with a shoulder strap. The technique costs $200. Stanley never tires of delighting customers. That's where the FatMax TradeLift Universal Jack comes in. Do you need to support a door leaf or level a cupboard, or maybe a new washing machine has arrived? The Stanley design will be indispensable in all of these scenarios. It will support loads of up to 330 pounds and lift them up to a height of 8.7 inches. The button that lowers the jack is deeply recessed to prevent accidental presses. And the lever allows you to lift weights with your foot without the risk of pinching your hands. The FatMax Trade Lift is priced at $137. Bosch is the world's largest supplier of automotive equipment, but the company does not forget about tools for fans of construction adventures. The FPS 7000 is a perfect example. Thanks to a 1400W motor, it is the most powerful paint sprayer in its class. With it, the Master will finish 43 square feet in just a minute. The model is perfectly combined with varnish. Speaking of which, the containers in the kit are 2 at once, 1 quart each, and mobility is provided by a 13-foot hose, a worthy product for $367. The Quick Gripper is the fastest and easiest way to remove stubborn nails, screws, staples, and the like. The fastener protrudes at least 0.120 inches. It doesn't stand a chance. Even if the caps are cut off, the tool is thin enough to work in tight and narrow spaces, and the patented design reduces the risk of damaging boards. In addition, the Quick Gripper is ready to be used as a makeshift hammer for simple tasks. And at the other end of the tool is a crowbar. The Quick Gripper costs $49. Milwaukee started with a single drill. Who would have thought it? Because today, the company's catalog sprawls over 220 pages. Among other things, Milwaukee also makes the M18 rocket lighting masts. They fold up to 3.9 feet and rise to 6.9 feet. Combined with the M18 red lithium battery, the mast runs for up to 13 hours depending on the mode. There are 3 of them, by the way: 700, 1,100 or 2,500 lumens. The head rotates 230 degrees vertically and 240 degrees horizontally. And the mast weighs only 7 pounds. Not bad for $170. DeWalt, a mastodon of the construction market that entered it in 1922. It was this company that made the world's first radial arm saw. And then, the craving for innovation has not lost. For example, 2008 was marked by the release of no less than the world's first cordless plunge-cut saw. But today we're not talking about it, but about this model. This cordless circular saw is interesting for its compactness and weight of 5.5 pounds. Thanks to this, it is convenient to work with it with one hand. Maximum depth of cut at an angle of 90 degrees, 1.5 inches, and a full battery of 5Ah. A guarantee of successful cutting up to 290 feet of plywood with a thickness of 0.5 inches. If, of course, you have $590 for such a tool. Trenching equipment continues to be produced. In the first case, the worker drives a self-propelled machine with a 20 GP engine. It digs to a depth of 24 to 40 inches and drives at a speed of 3 miles per hour. In the second case, a trenching machine came to the site. Here, the depth is greater, up to 79 inches, and the installation of a cutter chain makes the work quite brisk, even on dense soils. Where can an instrumental release be without a level, especially such a beautiful one as the LaserLiner DigiLevel Laser G40? By the way, its advantages only begin with its design. The level works with an accuracy of plus or minus 0.02 inches per foot, pleases with the digital measurement of the angle of inclination of 360 degrees, and thanks to the magnetic holder, it is convenient when working with metal structures. The acoustic navigation deserves a special mention. It turns on when the angle reaches 0, 45, 90, 135, and 180 degrees. The level sells for $111. Ego Power. Plus Nexus is the world's first battery power source comparable in power to gas generators. That's not bad, and we haven't told you about the power reserve yet. The customer can choose up to 4 batteries with a capacity of 12 amp hours each, resulting in a maximum total reserve of up to 48 amp hours. The power output is also impressive: continuous 2,000 watts and peak 3,000 watts. You can safely power a heater or large appliances like a refrigerator and washing machine. 3 120-volt sockets are available for this purpose. In addition, VagaPower Plus Nexus has built-in 4 USB ports. Spiderburr is a little more specific. This nozzle is designed for chamfering pipes. Using the standard model PC2000, the Master gets a working range of approximately 3 to 4.3 inches, and compatibility with cordless drills of 14 volts and above. A huge advantage of the PC2000 is its automatic adjustment. In addition, the nozzle will help not only with classic PVC, but also with ABS and PP pipes. The PC2000 is offered for $179. Flexzilla is not another part of the saga about giant mutant monsters and not even a new browser. Such a funny name the developers awarded this coil. By default, it hides 2 cables. The first one, with a length of approximately 5 feet, is equipped with a plug, and the second is either 25 or 50 feet long. There is a triple socket which is made transparent for a reason. We plug in the tool and the green diode lights up, indicating that there is power. Both cables are automatically fixed in 1-foot increments and retracted just like in vacuum cleaners. The larger Flexzilla costs $102, while the smaller one costs $70.